No technical difficulties today. This is excellent. Hello, friends. Lovely to see you all again. I can't actually see you, but I hope you're happy to see us. Welcome back to Wonky Roleplaying plays Rise of the Runelords, or something that at one point shook hands with Rise of the Runelords.
Brushed up against it in a dark alley.
Rifled through its pockets and stole its plot.
Rifled through its pockets and possibly stabbed it to death.
Possibly. But we're here. We're here to have fun. I don't have any horrible announcements like I did last week. This week we are here to have fun. The top of the show, all I really need to say is that everyone here is going on a boar hunt today in character, hopefully not out of character, unless there's something going on that they haven't told me. Also, social distancing.
If I'm going bow hunting, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, that'd be fine. From each other, not from the boar.
Always social
How do you know?
Anyway, so if anyone's got a problem with that kind of activity, then I have a couple of things to say first. One, this is an ethical hunt because they are planning on eating it, and because their new friend Aldern, whose voice I will attempt to do for the entire game, has informed them that this is problematic boar who is wrecking things and hurting people, so it needs to be stopped. So it is not exactly hunting for sport. We are very anti-hunting for... I know that's a hot take here, but here at Wonky Roleplaying, we are anti-hunting for sport. Especially foxes, because that's a big deal in Britain right now.
Mostly because the people who do it are invariably dickheads.
Yeah.
And also usually... there's literally no point to it.
Yeah. There's no point. You do it for...
They do it for the thrill of killing something.
You do it for the thrill of chasing something, and then your dogs rip it to shreds.
Dogs.
So, like, you know, if someone was going to go running out into the forest and they wanted to kill a badger and all they had was their fists, then good luck to them, my friend.
Mm-mm.
Badgers are different. Badgers will wreck you.
But anyway,
bringing
my
fists
point
to a badger fight.
My point is
that's a Bill Bailey skit, is it not?
My point is that this is not a hunting for sport, and if you want to go out and give money to anti-hunting charities, especially in Britain, because there are a lot of people, Tory party, who are trying to bring back legal fox hunting. It's currently illegal.
They have been trying to get it but made legal again since Labour managed to make it illegal. Which only happened within the last 12 years.
Up here, where all of us live and most of us are from, we have stag hunting, which is another thing entirely, but no moves on that as yet. So
there's also grouse coursing, which causes other ecological issues, which you can look into.
So yes, all that fun stuff, but more importantly...
So just know, this involves hunting. This doesn't mean any of us care to hunt. Enjoy hunting.
We're too fucking poor.
We are super into animals in general, and there will be animal death. Fingers crossed. Seeing as it's a boar.
For once,
fingers crossed there'll be animal death.
Fingers crossed it'll be animal and not PC death. Those are the options here. It's a boar. It's a wild boar that is very unhappy and liable to stab things with its face. So
I can't remember if he told us whether or not it's a dire boar, and I'm scared.
I have not mentioned it because the only person who's told you anything about it is Aldern.
If it's a dire boar, we're in some trouble.
I can't remember whether Aldern told us or not. If it's a dire boar, we're fucked.
I can't shoot it from far enough away that it would be safe.
So, we shall return to our fun game of fun times, and everyone's slightly frightened of it being a dire boar now, as they've all just come to that realization out of character.
I'm already just frightened of it being a boar.
Yeah, boars are bad.
So, just to give a quick recap, I don't know which way around we are in the thing, but with me today we have Kat playing Nell, who is our Ifrit Magus. I'm pointing over here because this is where she is for me. I have no idea if that's where she is.
Nope, nope, other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Rory playing Snitch, our Ratfolk rogue. We have Nick playing Huron, and I always fall over this one. He's our dwarven something slinger, crossbow slinger.
Gunslinger.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gun.
No guns.
No guns.
No guns. And not light armor.
And Vivian, who is playing Mox, our Morrow bard. A lot of fun stuff happened last week.
Yeah, fun.
The town, the small town of Sandpoint that the adventurers, our lovely adventurers, are in, was attacked to them last night by a group of people off their faces on something.
On the root thing.
On a route that their new cleric friend has pointed out to them. Who didn't seem to know exactly what was going on or why they were there. This morning, they have been made honorary deputies of the town watch, as the sheriff of the town is going to need to leave town in order to get more recruits, and asked them to stay in town and be obvious in order to raise morale and make everyone think that everything was fine. They have been informed that they have got a reputation already. They're being called the Sandpoint Heroes. And they were, after saving the life of a very posh noble, he invited them out on this lovely boar hunt. So they've been up to a number of things, but they're gonna let their hair down a bit and go on a fun hunt that is still saving people, but with less excitable running and screaming and fire. Hopefully, because it's a boar. They also had a fun moment where they were offered and bought boar spears, crossbows, and horses by their new friend, Lord Aldrin Foxglove. Unfortunately, they have turned down the horses because they've discovered that the man who owns the stables is a massive racist, and they don't want him to have their money. Which I'm very proud of them for, because that was really fun. So, they are now standing at the gates of the town, the north gate, which may be the only gate this town has, they don't know, with the very posh man that they have rescued, and his manservant, whose name is Rogers, for all my PCs, because I know that you're terrible at names.
I'll remember Rogers forever. Carried him in my arms.
I barely remember my own name.
And Rogers has a horse with him. The horse is piled with stuff and appears to be basically the pack animal who will be carrying all of your shit. There's a holster on the horse if you wish to put your boar spears in there as well.
Mox wants to pet the horse on the face.
The horse is a little bit nervous about this, but moves their head, but does not move the rest of their body. Just very well trained horse, clearly. Oh, nose petting.
Hello, big friend.
Keep my distance from the horse, being the most eminently stompable person in this party.
Something to do with being 3 foot high? 3 foot high? Yeah. For those unaware, rat folk are significantly smaller than the rest of these races.
Well, not significantly smaller than Huron, surely.
No, probably not significantly smaller than Huron.
It's still a fair bit smaller.
But,
Huron's 4'6".
Significantly smaller than Mox. Who is over 6 foot?
Yep, 2 meters tall, so 6'6", roughly.
So you are, Snitch is approximately half the size of Mox. So that's fun. Snitch's boar spear is fucking adorable, for the record. It's like a little boar spear.
Can we just, Alder just thinking of that and actually getting appropriately sized weaponry is very wholesome.
He tries.
Thinking about it, Mox has got about 2 foot on Huron in height, but Huron's probably got about 2 foot in width on Mox.
All right. So, after the shenanigans, and Aldrin seems to have recovered somewhat from the shock of introducing Mox to the man who they were going to buy horses from, and Mox
choke slamming them against the wall.
Yeah, Mox choke slamming him into a wall. So Aldrin was quite shaken by this and only recovered because of Nell's breasts.
They are cure-all.
Went breasts at him, and suddenly he was fine again.
Breasts? Have you had your 5 a day?
That's quite a lot in a day. Goodness me.
It's also very specific.
Yeah, only one of yours, thank you. Anyway, so kind of rearranges his fantastic outfit, which I have now showed the party. I'm afraid I don't have a very good method of showing you and the audience at home. So I say he's very fancy, and he has a built-in cravat in his shirt. He's very fancy.
And brocades and
yeah, he's got like brocaded shoulders and gold buttons and a collar that could cut his chin off. It's great. He's very fancy.
He has long dark hair and a blue coat.
And something that could approximately be called a soul patch, if that didn't sound so derogatory. He's got a tiny beard. There. He's trying. doesn't look very old.
I think Huron's got more hair in his knuckles than he does in his face.
But you're a dwarf.
I thought you were going to say nipples.
He definitely has more hair in his nipples.
I mean, Snitch definitely has. All 6 of them.
Yeah.
Also, Snitch has fur. He's like, well, friends, come along. We've got to go and catch some dinner to the Tickwood. It's a dreadful name. It's dreadful. I'm terribly sorry about the name, but the boar hunting is excellent. I promise. I've never done boar hunting on foot before, so this should be extremely exciting.
Elder.
Why does that name ring a bell?
Yes, my friend.
We have a way of tracking the boar. I've not been on a hunt before.
Trust me, it will be exceedingly easy to find.
They leave a certain amount of destruction in their wake.
Yes. Our plan is to wander. Well, I was going to say trot, but we shall not be doing any such thing, of course. So we shall be wandering in the general direction, having a lovely talk about all the things in the world that are amiss and that are wonderful. And we shall walk in the direction of the villages that have been reporting a problem, and then we will find all the destroyed things, and then we will find the boar. That's my plan.
Yeah.
That's how we do it, isn't it, Rogers?
Totally buoyed by Alden's confidence in this matter. Like, yes, okay, we're going.
I suppose if you didn't have a scout, that's what you do.
He turns to Rogers and goes, "Isn't that right, Rogers?" And Rogers just goes, "Yes, my lord. Yes, that's how we do it, my lord."
Can Mox check in on Rogers?
Yes.
Rogers, you're doing
yes,
better?
Sir. Much better, sir. Thank you very much for your assistance. You saved me from a right goblining, you did.
Yeah. No bother. Just want to make sure you're okay.
Yes. Doing much better, sir. Thank you.
Let me know if you need a lift again.
Yes, sir. The others, I'm not even going to make you do any kind of sense motive or perception roll. He will do no such thing. He is a servant. Mox may not notice this.
Mox will not notice.
Streaming.
He's just going, can't ask, no. Like, right, shall we off then, friends? I wonder if they're...
Believe we shall.
Rogers, the door. He's just pointing at the gate that's like a meter away from him. Rogers sighs, takes the horse. He's got the horse by a lead rein. Goes over, pushes, tries to push the gate and goes, pushes it open with a bit more effort.
Are there any guards or anything on near the gate, or? There
is one above it. There's kind of the wall. Is the one above it, above the gate.
I give them a wee nod as we go.
They nod back. They are again wearing the same sort of studded leather that you've seen people around town wearing. How many of you are wearing your badges in an obvious fashion, by the way?
Not in an obvious fashion.
Your new little sheriff badge.
It is very much like
Snitches went in the pocket, did it not?
Beard is down the middle, and then it's like kind of over his beard on his chainmail.
So
it's like it looks like a place that he's worn insignia before. It was an automatic.
Oh, it's insignia for this company, right?
Yeah.
So Mox and Huron have obvious shiny silver badges that declare them to be deputies of the watch. The watch member above, you can see, has a smaller sort of silver bar on their thing. Possibly not a deputy. Possibly you've been handed higher rank than this guy. They nod at you. They very obviously knew you were there because you've been having a lot of conversation in the little square bit.
But it's more about acknowledging the man as we leave.
Oh, Mox will pop Peach on their head, so Peach can see.
Okay, there is a tiny, well, not tiny, but there's a very small green lizard, frilled green lizard, sitting on Mox's head.
Nestled in the pompadour.
It trills excitedly and flaps very tiny wings.
Mox will pretend to be bowed by the wind.
No!
Oh, such a vicious wind, Peach!
Its trills sound like laughing. You're not sure if it is laughing or if you're just anthropomorphizing your lizard, but
I know what I choose to believe.
I don't even know why I even said that. Of course I know what you're going to believe. Right, so you're heading off along into the forest. You kind of have to do a bit of a turn. You're kind of going west that way. I had to think about that because it's not directly north. You can see the packed road that leads to the town gate, leading onwards. You know that's the coastal road, which is the one that you were on as a caravan. On the other side, it goes through and out, and carries on all the way north to Riddleport, which is a scary place that no one wants to go. Unless you're a pirate, in which case you really do.
It's made of crime.
It is indeed made of crime. And we don't like crime, do we, children?
No, for we are deputies.
Exactly.
Huron certainly doesn't.
You are the law.
We are the law.
You are the law, so you can't be standing for this crime.
Huron very much is the law.
Okay. So, there's what would normally be a couple of moments of awkward silence, but you're with Aldern, so it's a couple of moments of awkward small talk, because he never shuts up. And he wants to know everything about you.
It's not going to be awkward for Nell. Nell is used to this.
Now,
it's not going to be awkward for Mark. They'll be thriving.
Aldern wants to know everything that you will tell him. Wants to know what it's like to be an adventurer.
Nothing.
He's so excited.
Nell's probably just like, oh, being an adventurer. I honestly wouldn't know much about that. I know far more about.
But my most
profession.
wondrous, beauteous lady, I'm sure you must have a very exciting life before you came to such a small, out-of-the-way place as Sandpoint. What brought you here to grace our small town with your beautiful presence?
A job.
A job? My gosh, that's so exciting. What's that like?
Well, you might know you've availed yourself of the services of my co-workers quite a lot.
Oh, you work at the Tickle and Feather.
Yes.
Oh, of course. What other place would such a beautiful lady work? Even you was a wonderful lady of leisure such as yourself. I would remind everyone watching, in case they thought that was a weird response, totally legal. Sex work 100%. Is totally legal in Galarian. That is all.
Legal and taxable.
Legal, taxable, and about as frowned upon as getting drunk. So, make of that what you will. So he's not actually being incredibly sarcastic, for the record. I mean, he might be, but that would be your first assumption. That is absolutely fascinating. I have such wonderful conversations with the people there. They're very, very wonderful conversationalists, and they make an excellent alcohol. I don't know if you've tried it. In one sip, and you're on the floor.
Oh, Mox will chime in at this. I tried it. It's really nice. I tried a couple tries actually. Came from a belly button. It was great.
My goodness, my good sir, you outdo me in so many aspects. I am honored to be in your presence.
I feel like I missed out by not going in there.
Thank you.
And my good sir, I'm sure you could absolutely drink a whole bottle of the stuff and be fine. I mean, you seem to have the constitution of an ox. The amount of damage you took in that battle was The
constitution of a dwarf.
I don't think I have a belly button deep enough for an entire bottle.
Aldern momentarily stops in his weird rambling and looks a little bit... He's fine. He's back. He really was imagining other places that could go. No. Mine's the job. The job being make friends. The job being boar hunting. And you, my quiet friend in the corner, I have never seen such skill and slipping between shadows as you did in that fight. Where did you learn such things?
I'm going to slowly back into a bush.
He's very
astounding. Such art. I could never do such a thing. I would make too much of a noise. I am too large.
Snitch is
to make him come back.
Snitch is a very slippery person.
I imagine that is very useful in your line of work, obviously. Well, not your line of work, but I mean that as well. But
I actually never saw anyone with a job like snitches. But I suppose that just maybe means they were really good at their job.
Yes, precisely. If you never see them, then they are doing their job if their job is not to be seen. Oh gosh, I'm with such a wonderfully talented group of individuals. I didn't know that Sandpoint could produce such things. None of you are from there, are you?
No.
I'm from Magnamar myself.
Magnamar, a wonderful place. That's where I live most of the year. You know, Magnamar. I just occasionally summer in Sandpoint. I do love the festivals, and they have such wonderful businesses. Have you seen their glasswork yet?
I think I've seen the product of the glassworks.
In the cathedral.
Yes, no. They make all of it in Sandpoint. From the local sand, after which the point is named. If you take my small etymological,
yeah,
that makes so much sense.
Aldrin, I see your point.
He laughs uproariously, slaps his thigh. He is the very.
Mox will slap their own thigh as well. Just
makes a distinctly meatier sound when Mox does it.
Seems rather small place to have a full glassworks, does it not?
Well, you see, I am informed that when the Kaijutsus came to town, they wanted to build something, but they came to Magnamar first, you see. And in Magnamar, there was too much hustle and bustle, and they didn't appreciate the amount of smoke that the factory puts out when it's in full use. Whereas here, you can hardly tell because it's just not so enclosed, you see. And it just sort of wafts out to sea, and they have the purest sand. And yeah, I know he's done fabulously well for himself. I'm very impressed with his business acumen. For an old man, he's doing fantastically well.
So it's Ameiko's family who run the glassworks.
Oh, you've met Ameiko? Yes, it's her father's business. Yes, Longjiku Kaijutsu, or Kaijutsu Longjiku. I can never get that right. A lovely chap. A bit standoffish.
He was meant. Did they mention him in the festival?
Oh yes, you're right. They did. He was supposed to do a speech. I believe.
He was meant to talk. Aye.
Yes. Oh, maybe he's done well. Oh, poor chap. I'd forgotten about that. Thank you for reminding me. I shall have to send him flowers. Maybe some nice fruit. That would be a good idea.
Anything to do, I suppose.
Yes. I mean, poor man. He's getting on a bit. You see, he didn't have children very young, so he's getting a bit. He's getting on a bit, and well, I suppose Ameiko would be taking over at some point, but I doubt that'll be until he's physically incapable of moving. A stubborn chap, very stubborn.
Ameiko would be running 2 businesses at that point.
She also doesn't really seem the glass makey type.
Oh well, I'm
not much of a. I don't. What would even be the word?
Well, all I really know of her is that she's
artisan. More of a.
She was an adventurer for a few years. Yeah, I do know that. I suppose one of her siblings could take over, but they're all quite young at the moment. I think. Oldest is that chap. He works in the guard and the. He's barely a man. Still a boy, really. I think. I've not really seen him that. Like I say, I'm here once a year. I don't really see them very often, but you hear stories among the upper class types, and my sister talks incessantly about. My sisters talk incessantly about them. Talk about starting a business and how it could be a good use of my energies. Yes.
You have a lot of energies.
I do have a lot of. Thank you so much for noticing. It's very kind of you to notice. I'm in love with life, and not bound by the same responsibilities as my elder siblings. So, I have no family. Well, I mean, I do have a family name, obviously, but I'm not the progenitor of the family name. That would be my sister.
You don't need to carry on a line or anything like that.
Exactly. Yes, precisely. So that's less of a problem. So they do seem to think that some sort of artisanry would be a good idea, but I have invested somewhat in the glassworks. I thought that was a good way forward. And I've commissioned them to make some windows for the ruin.
The ruin?
Oh yes, my old my old family abode. It's not far from here. You see, that's why I come to Sandpoint a lot. It's fond memories, but it's fallen down now. Nobody lives there.
And you intend to restore it?
Oh, I do. Yes, I thought it was a good way of carrying on the family name, so to speak, by restoring Foxglove Manor.
Masonry's an honest trade.
Yes, indeed. Not many people seem to want to come and work at it, though. I don't know why I don't know. Maybe I'm slightly off-putting with my excitement about the whole thing.
It's not haunted, is it? I'm gonna put like a hand on his shoulder as I say that, just like teasingly.
Probably. It's old and abandoned after all. Isn't that how these things work?
Sometimes.
Wouldn't know.
We could probably have a look at it. You want?
Plague.
Aldern's voice is hard. So.
Did you catch what I said?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. Sorry, I was just coughing.
You're allowed. I was just wondering.
I don't have COVID. It's fine. I don't have the Rona. I realize that a lot of our audience are from the south. They might not call it that there.
The Rona.
You know what we mean, though. It's fine.
It's fun to say, it's fun to do. Wear a mask and social distance.
Nell, you are the closest thing to a local in this group, from this area. Do you have knowledge local?
Nope.
Do you have...
I'm gonna save you the time. I've got Arcana, Profession Stripper, and Diplomacy.
I do have knowledge local as a point.
I have 3 skills!
Good lord. Okay.
I'm a bard.
You are a bard. Okay, who wants to roll me a knowledge local check to figure out anything about the blathering ramble that is Aldern?
I do.
Okay.
Moxwood.
That was pretty bloody good, actually. 23.
One of us.
On a knowledge local?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
A 11. No, 12.
You got 12. Okay. Ooh, 12. 12's good.
This one can stay.
Oh, so
knowledge
good dice.
local. Okay. Huron, you have heard of the Foxglove family. They are based in Magnamar and Absalom these days. But they are originally from the wilds of Varizia.
He's gone a bit quiet, and he's kind of just looks like he's working on his crossbow a bit as he's sort of plodding along.
There are rumors that the Foxglove family are cursed. They're cursed with ill fortune and usually die young.
Oh!
You are also aware from your wanderings... in fact, I will tell Mox what Mox knows. No, I'll tell you first. Huron, I'll tell you Mox in a second, because you know something different, because there's 2 different things you can learn, so I just decided you got the other set.
Oh, cool.
Huron, you're also aware that the youngest son of the Foxglove family recently scandalously married a young Varizian fortune teller less than a year ago. No one really expected it to last because the family is cursed, obviously. You know, everyone knows that. The family's cursed. But yes. Mox, you're slightly less aware of the people, but more aware of the manor. You know that it was built about 80 years ago. And tragedy struck a few decades ago, and no one's lived there since. Common rumors hold the place is incredibly haunted. There you go. Stuff that you know. So, any other checks on anything you want to do at any point, just let me know. I have a bunch of stuff that I can tell you.
You know, I would be looking out for this whole boar thing, but 3 skills!
Yeah, can I do it's supposed to be a knowledge nature?
Yeah.
For if I see any signs of war or anything.
Absolutely. Knowledge nature or a perception or a survival if you're trying to track it.
But no. Just not much nature.
A cheeky perception, see if I can find anything.
Ooh, we doing well?
This dice can definitely say.
Okay, what did you get?
Natural 20.
Mox?
18.
For a total of 28.
The box is the boar is that way. Maybe a mile. Came this way not long ago. Decided to leave. Was feeling peckish. Was thinking about Rosemary.
He takes
28.
Takes a small tube out of his pocket, brings it up to his eye, goes, "There it is."
Oh, there. Can see it. But there's trees in the way. That's what this is. It's an anti-tree tube. See straight through trees.
Oh dear.
The record: Huron does not have an anti-tree tube.
Oh, he's apparently using satellite targeting.
He knows exactly where it is.
Well,
one of those little things.
One of his highest skills is engineering.
Yeah. So the pair of you do. Just as Mox is volunteering to Aldern to go and do something about his house.
Mm-hmm.
Huron and Mox are slightly distracted by seeing the traces of the boar that has been here.
I was like, we can check out your house if you're bored.
Where? I mean, thank you. We shall have
Might
to
be
continue.
just me, but I swear I smell boar shit.
I wouldn't. I could just smell the outside. Yes, I'm sure a more refined nose than mine could figure such things out, good friend.
Do you have a handkerchief, dear?
Oh, of course, my darling. Here you are.
Oh, I did. Oh, right. Yep.
Been handed a handkerchief.
I meant for him because I thought he had fucking hay fever.
Didn't specify, so he gave.
Yeah,
it.
no. Nell's just like, okay.
He kind
Of course.
looks at it having been given back to him. Holds it up, puts it in. You're not sure if that was a.
That was an out-of-character reaction. Nell would not have reacted. I just think that's great.
You're not entirely sure if Aldern is trying to repress the urge to go. Didn't want it back.
Oh.
or if he's being like, she touched it, I will never wash again. Like, it could be either, or it could be something else entirely. He just kind of blank-faced, folds it up and puts it away. Like,
Fucking creepy regardless.
one of you's being creepy, I'm not sure which one.
I don't know.
Okay, so you have found the track of the boar. You reckon it's not far ahead of you. Huron is certain that it might be having a snooze or something right now. I don't know.
He just
Huron can see
kind
through
of
trees.
takes a few steps forward and then steps to the side and looks over a little kind of half tumbled down wall. Just like, aye, look, hollow, bullshit.
Very good.
I just thought it might have gone through that boar-shaped hole in the vegetation. You know that.
I hadn't seen that. Aye.
Have you ever hunted? Must have hunted millions of boar before. You seem very, very excitable about, not excitable, knowledgeable about this whole thing. My good Huron, wasn't it? Sir Huron.
Not so much boar. They don't really. There wasn't that many of them where I come from. More bears.
Sir Mox, you must have hunted many a boar in your time.
Before I left, I went on a few hunts.
Oh,
Not
excellent!
boar, but a few hunts.
This is excellent news. A couple of experienced hunters. Wherever Snitch is, Sir Snitch, have you hunted boar before?
No.
He jumps slightly.
He was just standing next to him. He forgot that Snitch was short.
Rogers is doing the equivalent of face palming without moving.
Mm-hmm. Should we attempt a stealthy approach?
Oh gosh. Well, I normally hunt a smaller game, and you're not really sneaking up on them is very hard. I don't know. What would you say, fellow hunters? He's looking at all of you.
I'm always with the stealthy approach.
Huron
Snitch,
just,
who he's trying to keep an eye on.
He just goes. He just like does a little shimmy up and down, and you hear all of the chainmail moving. Goes. Not a subtle hunter myself.
Consider this. Very, very, very good point, my good friend.
Maybe those of us who can sneak ahead with our bows, and then get the boar's attention, and then Huron and maybe me or some others can be waiting for the boar with our spears.
What a capital plan! I'm all for it. What say you, friends?
No.
No, I clearly have. There's something amiss.
Yeah, all I heard while Mox's mouth was moving was the words, "We're going to use Snitch as boar bait."
That's not what I meant. That's what I meant at all, Snitch.
But no, right? What are our options here? What are other things we could do?
Throw Huron at it.
My intention was to walk in the direction that it is until I see it, then I shoot it.
Also a capital plan. Less nuanced, but still a very good idea.
It's a straightforward approach, and I get to live.
Of course you get to the good sir.
The other one as well.
We could not countenance anything happening to you, good sir. You're the heart and soul of the team.
I mean, you'd like run and it would chase you. It would to be like, oh, no, Stick's got things in me, and
besides, I'm sure Rogers could come with
over
you.
there, and like, and then you would be one of those people because you would be
good Mox, good my good friend. Might I put my hand upon your shoulder in comfort, good sir?
Please.
It is all right. Puts his hand on your shoulder. It is all right. We will not let anything happen to your friend. I'm sure he didn't really think that you were sending him off to such a terrible death. We could not countenance such a terrible thing happening. We are friends.
Just remembering like what Nell said about friendship, like that morning, just
like an hour ago.
You'd better put that on the loot sheet because that's clearly the treasure we found along the way.
You found Aldern. Aldern is the treasure you found along the way. My voice is the treasure I will lose along the way, being Aldern.
Listen, it's fine. We're gonna fight the boar.
Is it possible to put a repeating crossbow in your mouth and pull the trigger? Can you?
No.
No, your wee arms.
Yeah,
good tiny dwarf arms.
Lose your hit. He's installed an additional lever for just such an occasion.
So, while I let my voice calm down and take a drink, what are you guys doing? What's your plan?
Well,
because I imagine you're kind of standing in a
it was to walk in the direction that the boar is until I see it. And then shoot it.
Mox, like, will just go along with whatever, but
could
like...
Snitchin and possibly me and Mox try and sneak
everyone
close. But yeah, basically anyone who can sneak.
Like even my dex isn't high enough to get around my armor check penalty.
That's what I was suspecting. So could we sneak forward? Huron gets its attention. When it rushes past us, we attack it.
Pitch this to Snitch and be like, what if we don't use you as the bait? What if we use Huron?
Huron is naturally bait shaped because he literally can't be quiet.
And he's got a crunchy outer shell.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say it, but these are all true.
These are indeed all true.
They're entirely true.
Crunchy outer shell.
Oh, I can actually use my one gun tank ability now because I've got medium or heavy armor.
I just had a sudden realization that I don't know if I have stats for Aldern. Oh, this will be fine. You continue planning. I'll figure this out.
Okay, so
in theory, more like I should be able to have got arm found for having this studded on now, but that's still I still get a point to add for checks. So
my stealth is -1.
Mine is +4, and Snitch's is like +8 or something silly.
No, it's more than that.
Is it more than that?
That
smug fucking grin. Okay, so Snitch has plus bazillion.
My stealth is so high, you
get rid of
have
any
to roll
stealth.
perception test just to know that I'm there.
Like passive perception might not be enough.
I believe, Mox, that your ability to give people bonuses to stealth involves singing loudly or playing the violin.
Yeah. So that I'd definitely have to. I'd have to wait until, the boar was already charging Huron and then start up.
Or you'd have to be on team bait, as it were.
On team bait, yeah.
Which we could do if you want to.
The bait is an incredibly foppish noble, a really hench-looking dwarf in chainmail, and a Morrow who is playing the violin for reasons unknown.
I mean, it's because I'm trying to think of Mox isn't particularly sturdy or stealthy. They're a support character, so I mean, I guess team bait makes sense, and so yeah.
And Alderan has offered to send Rogers with Team Sneaky.
If Rogers is willing,
Rogers looks a little frightened.
Okay.
He doesn't say anything unless he's directly asked a question.
I mean, he's a servant, so he's meant to go unseen.
You will have to tie the horse to something.
In a manor house, not in the woods.
He doesn't dress like you'd expect the servant of a manor to dress. He looks more like a gamekeeper. That kind of outfit.
He looks more like an outdoorsman.
He's actually equipped for the outdoors.
Yeah, he's looked like that since you met him, so it's not like he's dressed up for this. It's like this is the kind of servant he appears to be. Yeah. Obviously there are many reasons why that might be a thing.
He's a natural out and about servant.
Yeah, you don't take when you're leaving the manor, your manor in Magnamar or wherever to go on an excursion to a tiny town. You don't take your fine manor servants in their suits. You take the outdoorsmen.
You don't need a butler.
Right.
Not much butling to be done when you're sleeping in a tent somewhere.
So is this our plan to sort of bait it in the hopes that Snitch and I essentially get attacks of opportunity / I don't know, that's the best way I can think of describing them. If we sneak, essentially hold our actions until it runs past us and then attack it, we'd kind of get half a surprise round on it, is what I'm trying to get at. And failing.
Yep. Well, I mean, you are still some way away.
Let it attack Huron and then we attack it.
It's unlikely to charge and attack straight away. You'll get within sight and then there will be something of a stare down before it does anything, and then you take that opportunity to go boing.
Okay, so regardless of the plan, you do know, because Huron is insane, that you do have to get closer regardless, because you still don't know exactly where it is, or which direction it's facing, or any of that shit.
Huron is a 500-year-old dwarf. He believes himself to be indestructible. And he's not entirely incorrect.
He's not indestructible. It just takes some doing, and you need
a tin opener.
And the lack of a tiny goblin cleric running around and smacking you on the back of the head.
Distracting him and making him angry in the middle of a fight.
But also healing him.
That only makes it worse.
Here. She is not here.
Yeah, no, she's not
here.
You
do not have your healer today, guys.
It's fine, we have potions.
You do. You have plenty of potions. Alright. So, you continue onwards for a little longer, discussing the plan, I imagine, as you go. Who's at the front?
Huron.
Okay. Huron, can you roll me a perception check?
Yes. That is a 21.
Awesome. Huron, there's a dead deer by the side of the road. Well, deer track, basically, that you're following. Boar track, perhaps. There's a dead deer lying to one side. It is currently being eaten.
Oh.
Not by a boar.
Thank God.
There is a small, greyish humanoid leaning over it.
That's different to what I expected.
Wearing tattered rags.
He just sort of
elbow
snaps.
Deep.
Very, very obvious sort of instinct, just snaps.
It looks up at you. How's your knowledge religion?
Non-existent.
Oh.
What?
I don't know what this is. It's
Bob
not.
hasn't seen it as far as I'm aware.
Do you make any kind of noise to alert the others that this is a thing? Because you're right in front, so they have to come kind of. You'll probably all see it if you're on.
His reaction, like his assumption is they will notice his reaction and look at what he is looking at.
Aldrin kind of goes, "My goodness," in the background. But yes, the rest of you do see this deer. Looks like it's been dead for a fair while. Smells really bad.
Can I roll my knowledge religion then?
You can indeed roll your knowledge religion.
Did the humanoid look up at me? Is there any kind of recognition in its eyes?
Recognition in that it realizes you are a person.
He's looking for like intelligence.
Intelligence might be a stretch.
Is it the kind of recognition I get in my eye when I see a really big juicy burger?
Oh, dinner. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Mox, what did you get?
6.
Fairly sure it's undead.
Yeah, I was thinking. That was kind of the assumption I was going for.
Yeah. The fact that it's grey helps.
I don't think that thing's living. Not the deer. The other thing.
It looks almost like it smiles at you, but it's kind of baring its teeth, and they're all very pointy and dripping.
I'm preparing a shot for it taking a step towards me.
It kind of looks at you all because it was just focusing on Huron, and when you kind of all appear around it, kind of shrinks back a bit, makes a sort of, and then flees into the forest.
So it doesn't actually speak a language that we might know.
It just kind of
gibbered.
Gribbles. Gribbles would be the word I would use for it, as it is indeed a gribbly of some description.
Can I do? God, would it be knowledge geography to see if it's a creature that normally lives in this forest?
Sure.
Slightly better. Still pretty bad. Oh, so that's a 13.
You have never heard of humanoid undead in the forest. Because you don't know what it is, so you can't pinpoint whether this thing exactly should be living here, but you're like, I didn't know. That sort of thing is new. That's a new thing.
I was gonna ask earlier, when Aldern mentioned Tickwood, can I roll knowledge local on that? You
can indeed.
Oh, it wasn't great.
Could I do as well, or is that?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what what are you trying to find out about?
It's just whether I've heard of it.
Okay, cool.
Whether I know anything about it.
Why it's called that?
Yeah.
Why is it called
14?
I got an 11.
Party midway into the Tickwood. Aldern, why is it called the Tickwood?
See, I was
behind us. We hear a
I was gonna ask when he first brought it up. I was like, Tickwood.
Why did
that sound familiar?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
All right, so people who rolled knowledge local or knowledge geography, what did you get on knowing what the Tickwood is?
11.
14.
All right, Huron. It's a forest. There's probably ticks in it.
Aye.
Mox. There are ticks. They're about the size of dogs.
Ah!
Right. Cool.
Like middling dogs. No, not your Maltese Terrier, but not like your fucking husky or anything. Like somewhere in between.
I suppose when Mox sees the thing run off,
both of those are too big.
They're significantly too big.
You said dog. That's just too big.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting them. I was expecting, the big tick things that live here.
Oh yes, the giant ticks. Yes, they're generally not too much of a problem unless you fall asleep here.
Before.
I'm gonna turn and make eye contact with Snitch, what? Just kind of a moment of, did you know about this?
Snitch. They haven't told you how big they are yet. But out of character, I can tell you they'd almost be big enough for you to ride.
Holy shit.
Snitch is like, I'm going to be the Tick Lord.
They are as big as you.
They're fucking huge. They're not too much of a problem. I mean, unless you're on your own or you're, sleeping, I guess.
If we're here till dark, we might have a problem, but there's plenty of things that would be a problem
Indeed.
A weird like this.
Yeah, like whatever the fuck that thing was.
Let's focus on the boar for now, and we
Some
can...
kind of dead thing. It looks like it'll stay away from the group.
I think it was a ghoul.
Go.
It looked like a ghoul to me.
Well, we'll worry about that later. Let's deal with the boar now, and we can...
If it's on its own, it's not a problem.
There's enough of us that it looks like
Right.
it'll stay away.
It ran away from us. That's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right. Boar.
Back to the trail.
We're going on a boar hunt. We're going on a boar hunt.
We're gonna
We're
catch
not
a big
scared.
one. We're not scared.
All right. Cool.
Guess
so
what the title of this episode is on YouTube.
people roll me a perception check, please. All of you.
Oh.
Unless, of course, you're
Oh,
deliberately not paying
goodness.
attention.
No.
Ha! 5.
Ha! Suck it, I got a 6.
Ha!
Mine was higher. I got a 9.
Woo!
Oh, you had +8.
23.
I was going to say, Snitch, you are our only hope.
You are only hope.
Thank
I got
God.
those beady little rat eyes.
Like, ticks, how big, you say? I'm going to keep looking out for them. So you're the first one that hears snuffling, after a while, which you think is about 20 meters, 30 meters ahead. Sorry, we use feet here. Fuck. Shorten the distance. Make it 60 foot away from you, roughly.
I'll stop everyone and just.
What's up?
You keep cutting out, Rory.
Said, listen.
We were fucking trying.
You can hear
I
movement.
can hear it.
Like, the rest of you can hear that the leaves are moving and things, but to be honest, I'm going to assume this is not the first forest that any of you have been in,
Well,
or first
It might
wild
be the
area.
Might be the densest.
It
that
isn't,
he's ever
because you
been
were in a
in.
forest.
Yeah, we were in the tower.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. It was like, it would have been.
yes.
But we did the
So-
pre-show.
You are aware that if forests are quiet, that is very bad. So, you've kind of been going through this forest and there's been like rustlings and, maybe you've been like, oh, it's probably like a rabbit or a bird or whatever. If you can hear rustling ahead of you, none of you did anywhere near well enough to also hear the snuffling. Sorry. You just all got under 10. What is this?
Should we enact
That's
the plan?
really hard for me.
All right, yes, the plan. Excellent. Well, where am I in the plan? I forget.
Bait.
Oh, excellent.
You're with me,
I
Alder.
think.
Alder.
Oh, excellent. I shall stay with you, sir.
And Huron, and then Huron will be big and angry, and
Yes.
you'll be bracing your spear,
Oh,
and
right.
I'll be
Yes,
playing my
excellent.
violin.
Oh, spear. Thank you, Bob. Pats the horse in the nose. Thank you, Bob.
Bon Bon.
Bob. He called the
Bon
horse
Bon.
Bob. Oh, I'm now tempted to rename it to Bon Bon.
I mean, it probably has a really ridiculously long stable name, like its breed name.
Oh, absolutely.
Be like Bon Bon Bobbington the Third.
Even though this is in fact the pack horse,
Yeah. It'll still be of good breeding.
I should also point out that Trixie isn't here today. Trixie
Oh.
being Alden's dog.
The
Because-
boofer.
Taking a dog on a boar hunt is a terrible idea.
Don't
A
do
dog's gonna get it.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
It's
just
gonna
don't
get
do it.
ripped to shreds. Dogs don't understand. Don't go over there. It will eat you. If they've been like tracking the thing, they will want to attack the thing. Don't do that with boar. Otherwise, this probably would have been easier, but there would also be problems for Trixie. So, right, yes, I'll stay here. What is Rogers doing? Is he going with them? Is he going with you, my lady?
I think Rogers is doing whatever he wants to do.
Rogers looks more scared than he did before.
Oh, free will.
Oh no! Gonna
It's
look-
terrifying.
And just goes,
Or just you can be sneaky with them, or you can be loud and big with us.
could I stay with Bob?
You can say with Bob. Oh, Bob might get scared. Keep Bob
Oh.
safe.
Maybe
All right,
maybe
I
take
can do
Bob's
that.
way a little bit.
I
Keep
can
the
do that,
horse
sir.
back here, aye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good
Looks
lad.
Very grateful and slightly vanishes. This middle-aged man vanishes back into the bushes with Bob after handing you all your spears. Leaving. It's almost like he doesn't want to be involved.
Wild.
You know what, Snitch? You did so well in your last check. You think you hear footsteps coming from off to one side.
Not Rogers, I'm assuming.
No, Rogers has gone the other way, back.
What Huron is doing right now is he's taken a tool of some kind out from behind his belt, and he's working on the front of his crossbow. Like just before they go into the actual hunting part. So he doesn't hear this, so he's just working away.
Snitch, what are you doing with this information?
I'll just say footsteps and then point in the direction I think they're coming from.
Boar don't make footsteps. What?
Unless they're wearing shoes.
I'm gonna attempt to be stealthy, just kind of in general.
Sure, roll me a stealth check then.
He flicks out the stand that's on the bottom of his crossbow.
No. Yeah, so I'm just gonna brace my crossbow.
Then he slips the boar spear into a gap that he's just made in the front of it.
We're on a mighty 10 for stealth.
Are you turning your boar spear into a bayonet for your crossbow? That is amazing. That is peak dwarf. Sorry, 10 you said on your stealth.
Yeah.
That's for general blending in, that's not sneaking at the moment.
Well, depends what Bethan decides.
Depends what the footsteps are, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Mox could maybe go and check out the footsteps, because so long as you can hear what they're playing, you'll still get the Inspire Courage and Pluses benefits. So, yeah. If that sounds okay out of character, then Mox will do that. Guys, I'm gonna go check out those footsteps. Snitch, they're over there, right?
Yeah, I'll go with you all. Point you in the right direction.
Cool. I'll check them out. You should still be able to hear when I play. So just I'll wait a while, and then I suppose when I hear the boar charging, I'll know. We'll see. So Mox is going to go off in the direction. Should I do like they're not being particularly stealthy, but should I do a roll just so they're not like smashing through the undergrowth kind of thing?
Sure.
I shall also attempt to be stealthy with Mox.
13.
Okay.
24.
24. So one of you's just basically disappeared.
Is it Mox?
It isn't.
Oh.
Mox, you go into a bush, kind of part the bush a little bit so you can get into it, going through a bush. The way I assume you do, that doesn't leave a Mox-shaped hole in it, cartoon-wise, and just walk straight through. And you find yourself face to face with a bugbear. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Is the bugbear speaking
Common?
Okay. I'm hunting a boar.
Back off, it's our boar.
Your boar?
Yeah.
But it was hurting people, so...
Oh yeah, that's why we're gonna kill it.
That's why we're gonna kill it.
Fuck. Hang on a second. just kind of waves a hand at you. That seems to be a go back kind of hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm like lying in wait for the boar, by the way.
After a second,
Huron's sort of taking a few steps forward, and he's looking for a decent place to sort of set his emplacement down.
After a second, 4 figures, slightly stealthier than Mox, come out of the bush. You're not sure if they were behind or in the bush. It appears to be a bugbear, a goblin, and 2 hobgoblins. They are all kitted up for boar hunting. They have boar spears. And they just go...
I mean, we can all work together, because it is a boar.
I mean, yeah, but then who gets to take the boar home? Who gets to eat the boar?
It's a boar. There's enough meat for all of us.
one of the...
I do have diplomacy.
Okay, roll me a diplomacy check. These slightly irritated goblin people you found.
14.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It would help if I did not roll a d12. That would not help in the matter. Fine. Fine! Roll like that, d20. The bugbear that you've been talking to kind of blinks at you. Yeah, I guess so. And the goblin, in a voice that indicates that it's quite a young goblin, goes, "What if we made it a game? Whoever kills the boar gets to keep the boar. See who gets there first."
If you want, I guess. I won't be able to tell my friends, though, and that seems unfair if it's a game. They won't know they're playing.
Or it's a game between us. The boar doesn't know they're playing. We were going to go and talk to the friends. We don't talk to the friends? Hush, little one.
Is it close enough to do that? I don't... Like, do we have time? Is it busy?
Maybe not. We might be a bit close. Listen, Alderac. We can't do that, alright? It's too close. We're just right there. What's your plan, then?
We could play a game after to determine who gets it.
The tiny goblin is looking up at you. That's why I was doing that. Because they're small for a goblin, which means they're like maybe 2 foot tall.
Okay, so Rox is definitely like crouching fully down, just like...
That sounds fair. Does that sound... Gekek, does that sound fair? The one of the hobgoblin goes, "Sounds fair to me."
Oh, can Mox speak Goblin? Mm-hmm. I'll make sure the others play fair.
Moment of looking around, like, oh, this Morrow speaks Goblin. This is very exciting. And in Goblin, the bugbear goes, "So what is your plan?"
Okay, I'm bait.
Right.
I have a violin.
Okay.
Make other people better.
Oh, you're a bard.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
And that'll help you guys as well.
All right.
There's a couple people who'll be hiding, and so when we're loud and big, the boar will run towards us, and then the hiding people will attack the boar, and then by that time it'll be weak. So even when it gets to the loud big people, they can just finish it off nice and quick and things.
Are they gonna like chase the boar towards you, or like?
Yeah.
Huh. Tell you what, we'll take the flanks, and then that way it can't run off either side.
That makes good. That's a good job. Good job. Okay. I might do. Oh. Okay. I should go now.
You go tell your friends.
Yeah. I'll try and get as fast as possible. Okay.
Okay. No. Don't bother coming back to us. We'll just be there regardless. It's fine.
Right. Don't. If you see a small rat folk, don't. That's ours. Friend. And an Ifrit. Also friend.
I have no idea what an Ifrit is. You mean him?
She's got a lot.
Snitch, they're pointing at you.
What?
It was like when she says when Mox says, "You mean you see a small rat-like person?" They go, "You mean him?" And point. They're pointing right at you.
No.
He's pretty good. I'll give him that.
He means yes.
Nobody here but us dog-sized ticks.
There.
Tick, 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 tick. That's what they say, isn't it?
Not really. It's more of a noise when they drink
all
your
blood. You'll know the Ifrit because she's very.
All right, that's a good description enough. Cool. I'm assuming that. Right. Excellent. Cool. We got this.
Right.
See you in a bit.
So, yeah, Mox will like just scamper as much as
everyone else
tomorrow can.
As Nell's trying to be like,
Huron's got himself a place.
Yeah.
With the spear kind of, it's not properly set, but it's in a position where he can brace it very quickly.
Alderin has braced his spear. Nell has taken a few moments to be like, here? Do I go here or here? Yeah, aha! Here is a good place to be sneaky.
Are we ready?
Oh, when Mox returns,
they'll
just immediately go, I found friends to help us. They'll go on the sides, okay? Just them. It's fine for now. I found friends.
Okay.
I shall watch my shots.
Alderin,
Translating from Ox, we found 4 other guys in the forest hunting boar who are going to flank the boar with us.
Oh,
all right, okay.
Jolly good.
Can I have used the time that they were talking to the other hunting party to like try and hide myself a little bit better?
Would you like to roll another stealth check?
Yes, please.
Off you go then.
No, never mind. Never mind.
Is it worse?
Yeah, never mind.
We should have brought you a ghillie suit.
Shit.
Just like
I have no bad bonuses. I'm just rolling like shit.
Okay, so
10. And we're
explain
gonna go
to me
with...
how you make this boar run towards Huron and Aldern and Mox.
Well, I start playing my violin.
12. No, 11.
That'll be
Which
as loud, if not louder, than Huron was just going to shout at it until it charged him.
Are you going to shout at it in Dwarven, or are you going to shout anything particular? Remember, it's a boar, so it probably can't understand you.
I'm just getting 19 on my perform.
Yeah, when he's trying to be loud, he speaks giant.
It's a very loud language. Very good.
It's a very big language.
This boar has terrible rolls.
Well, remember
D20 in here. Right. Okay. So, there is a pause in the snuffling. Snitch. And then the snuffling restarts, but it's more of a sort of snorting and grunting noise, and the rest of you can all hear it now. Nell, were you trying to get within sight of the boar?
No, I was just trying to hide decently enough that it would hopefully run past me, and then I could flank it.
Okay.
So at this point, I am just preparing to fire.
What do you just start shouting in giant as Mox is playing the violin?
Mox is playing, and he's just shouting in giant, just random words and expletives that sound loud and huge.
Cheese!
Basically. I don't imagine he's particularly fluent in giant, but...
No, you probably know a lot of war-related words, which are, really shouty, so that works. Snitch, what are you up to?
I'm going to throw a stone at the boar.
Okay. Please. Are you sneaking
While
to
standing
within...
behind Huron.
Okay. I was going to say, are you sneaking within range of the boar, or are you going to wait till it appears?
I'm attempting to infuriate the boar.
Well, the moment you can't even see it.
I'll throw a stone near where I think it is.
Just lob a stone into the bushes.
Maybe I'll get lucky.
Sure, roll me an attack roll, I guess. You're attacking something, the ground, probably.
17?
Definitely hit something.
Wasn't one of the hobgoblins, was it?
I'm assuming that whatever the noise is going on outside my window isn't being picked up on stream.
It was briefly, but don't worry about it. Just move on.
Sure. I'm a little concerned about our neighbors.
It's fine, who cares?
Right. So, yes. There was a thunk noise. You're not sure if you hit a tree. It probably wasn't a rock, unless it was a really moss-covered rock. Might have been the boar.
Moss-covered boar.
It could have been a moss-covered boar. It might have been another deer. You might have hit the ghoul. You don't know what you hit. You hit something. There is a squealing noise that doesn't seem to be directly related. Either that or it has a very slow nervous system. Thunk. Ow. There's a bit of a gap. And then the sound of running hooves. Little hooves. I know they're not hooves, don't come at me. They are hooves, but I don't need this.
No one is coming at you.
They're hooves. They're cloven, but they're hooves.
Good. Sound of running hooves. Fast little hooves coming at you.
Trotters just doesn't seem right for a boar.
No, there's hooves. They're terrifying. Running through foliage. So you have successfully got the attention of the boar. And after a couple of moments, it bursts out of the trees, out of the bushes, and you can see it.
Oh, by a couple of moments, just so I know for my round thing and free action changing, now continue my courage as a free action so I can
yes, you can. so you can prepare your spear. I'm sure you will all be very pleased to know that this does appear to be a large boar, but within the normal range of size for a boar. And
thank
not
God.
a
No
dire boar.
spikes!
It doesn't have spikes. It's not like a freaking demon boar or something. You're good. It's just a boar.
It doesn't have a template.
But it does have a lot of blood around its mouth.
Oh god.
And it does look... It has them crazy eyes.
Oh good.
God, what if it was a ghoul boar?
Then
we'd be screwed.
It doesn't look like it's got bits coming off it the way that ghouls usually do. Doesn't look undead. I mean, it'd be really useful if you had like a paladin or something right now.
Right. Is it charging
check
at
for
us?
you. But it does appear to be running straight at you. Yes.
Yeah. Like my intent was to fire on it as soon as I get a clear shot.
Alrighty, so it's coming at you. It will. Nell, can you roll me one final stealth check?
Yep. That was much better. 17.
Fear of the boar means that you're better at hiding. You're like, oh shit, it gonna eat me.
So we'll now get an attack of opportunity as it goes past.
If she wants it, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Nell, you're Can I get initiative from everybody, please?
I would recommend that we take a break now before
Yes,
combat.
that's a very good idea. I do like this whole taking a break so we can sort out initiative shenanigans. So yes, we'll take a small break and then we'll come back to the actual boar fight, and then who knows what happens. I was not entirely sure they were going to get this far. They might have just sat in the forest talking all day. So, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go pee, get a drink, get some food in your face.
All the above.
All the
Not
above. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you all in about 10 minutes.
Cool. Welcome.
There we are back.
Hi, friends! It took us slightly longer than we expected, but we are here, and we are refreshed, and we are ready to go with this boar hunt. Because there's actually a boar here now.
We're not scared.
We're not scared.
Now,
Got Heron.
you may not have done very well in the initiative order, Nell, but you
I've
do
set
get an
myself
attack of
up.
opportunity
Yeah.
because he's going right past you.
Yeah, I set myself up.
So, have at.
Sick. Shall stab with a boar spear.
Ooh.
Ooh.
With boar spear.
Oh god damn it. I really wish this was a 19 to 20 crit thing, because I just rolled a 19.
Oh.
And he's currently on flat-footed because he doesn't know you're there.
Well, it was a 20 total, because I don't add much, but yeah.
Yes, you absolutely hit him.
Yeah.
Do the damage, do the Oh, slightly out of focus.
7 damage.
7 damage? Damn.
Because I
Cool.
poke him in the butt.
You definitely get his attention.
Oh,
Which is not entirely what you wanted.
not entirely.
Um,
Do you know what? We'll take it if I have to.
as he kind of turns a little bit towards you, there's...
You're too close to charge me, bitch.
He is too close to charge you. Unfortunately, that means you're very much within boar range.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you do have a boar spear in him,
I do.
so it can't get very unless you drop the spear, in which case you're fucked.
Presumably the friends are...
There is...
So has it abandoned its charge?
It's still charging. It kind of looks sideways like it's about to turn.
Okay.
And then a crossbow bolt thuds into the ground. In fact, no, it's a crossbow bolt, it's an arrow. An arrow thuds into the ground next to it. It kind of shies away and goes back, continues on the path that it was going.
Nice.
You have no idea where that came from.
I'm just gonna yell a thank you.
Sneaky is a free action. Friends!
Thank you! Oh, I
Somewhere-
didn't even add Mox's fucking Inspire Courage thing. Oh.
Somewhere in the bushes, there is a welcome.
Oh, actually, I'm not needing to play anymore because I said that.
Yeah.
Do you add...
To damage?
Yeah, to damage.
Yes, you
Weapon
do.
damage, yeah.
Then it should be one more than what I
So
said.
that's just 8 damage.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot that it did it
That's
to
fine.
damage.
All right. In that case, it is Snitch's turn.
I will shoot the boar with my crossbow. I get 12.
You don't
13.
hit it. You don't hit it. I'm afraid. It skiffs off the ground next to it. It makes an unhappy boar noise and continues running at Huron.
Goes rude.
Since it hasn't... I mean, are you still standing behind Huron, or have you hidden?
Behind / around Huron.
Between his legs. Around the side.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, so still running at you and Huron, then. And then it is its turn. So. It's gonna run at Huron. Actually, Mox, what have you done with your spear? Have you braced it?
Yeah.
I think everybody except me and Snitch have braced spears.
It's going to run straight at Huron. I was trying to be in the mindset of a boar there for a second, being like, who would it run at? But yes, it's going for Huron. And it's going to attack you with its face. Its face.
Its face.
Its face.
Not its face.
It's a 19 to hit you.
That'll hit.
Oofed.
Just no.
Only by 1.
Ooh. It's 5 damage.
The boar does not get pluses from Mox's Inspire courage.
It does not.
Like, fuck.
Which is good, because that was the lowest it could roll. On damage.
Jeez.
Using one of these. A maximum of 12 there. Whew. Don't get gored, you guys, people, friends. Don't do it. In order of character, not a good idea. Which then makes it Mox's turn.
Okay. I suppose then I'll just go to attack it with the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Since it didn't it decided to not run into a spear for some reason. I don't know why. But... 16. Nope, 17.
Yep.
Got my own +1.
Oh yes, I am encouraged by myself.
Yeah.
You're right. I am awesome. Thanks, Mox.
Oh, you're welcome, Mox. Oh, no problem, Mox. That hit, sorry.
Yes, it did. I was literally picturing the scene from The Emperor's New Groove with the two, like the angel and the devil going, no, he's got a point. No, you should hear him out. 4 damage. Did you remember your +1?
I did.
I just thought I would check. 4 damage. Okay, it's still up.
I mean, I'm assuming as well that this is just like I've wedged it in.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
Aldern is gonna give it a go.
Because then I'm gonna need to go to my rapier.
Aldern tries to stab it.
Bless him.
He says he says, "What ho, bitch! What ho, boar!" and then tries to stab it and
I
misses.
thought he was gonna yell, "What ho, bitch!"
He nearly did, because I fucked that up. No, he tries to stab it, misses, stabs the ground near Huron because the boar's kind of on Huron. Just like oh, yeah, does no damage whatsoever. Boar doesn't even notice him. Nell, it's your turn.
I shall. Can I charge it?
Yep.
Cool. I'll charge
the
I'll
boar.
charge the boar. Oh, how the turntables.
No one saw that coming.
Do you attack it with your face?
Don't do that. Don't.
And you'll be flanking with Huron.
Yeah, you will. And
No, when have I got pluses from flanking?
But Huron's not threatening it yet.
Huron's in combat with it.
Yeah, but he's still holding his bow.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
it is large enough that you could potentially still hit it with the bow. Right.
Am I getting flanking or not?
I would get attack of opportunity.
I believe no.
Okay.
Since Huron is not attacking it yet.
That probably means I'm gonna miss it. 12.
It does indeed mean you miss it.
Yeah.
What were you attacking it with? Boar spear?
Boar spear.
Okay, you accidentally almost long jump yourself. High jump.
Amazing!
High jump. You just kind of like it hits the ground.
I pole vault.
Little bit of a pole vault going on.
Pole
vault. Hits the ground before you mean it to.
Never slightly pole vault.
I'm gonna play it off like it was totally deliberate because I'm flexible.
I'm gonna spin right the way around it and land in a split.
And we're like, very, very wonderful, but stop pole dancing. We're supposed to be attacking a boar. Damn it, woman! This is no time for practicing your pole dancing. Also, weird sentence. You may be wearing too many clothes for pole dancing.
How dare you?
Pole dancing with clothes is more difficult, but it's not impossible.
Like floaty scarves seems like it would be directly a problem.
What about a great big puffer jacket?
You're gonna end up tied to the pole.
Maybe that's the idea.
I went to a strip club and there was one of the strippers wearing a puffer jacket. She's getting a dance. I'm paying for a private dance from her.
All right, Huron.
Being tied to the pole with scarves.
Possibly upside down.
Save me.
Huron, it is your turn. There is a boar who stuck its face in you.
So, Huron, he puts one hand on the boar spear, which is attached to the front of his crossbow.
Yes.
He flicks a lever on the side of it, releases the tension from a coil at the side, and the spear juts forward with the force from the crossbow.
Oh. I like it. You're still only getting spear damage.
Yeah, it's flavor.
Flavor is good. Don't forget how encouraged you are, despite the fact that there's a tusk in you.
I rolled a 17.
You're going to hit him, which is unsurprising. I'm glad I don't have to try and fudge a way for you to not hit the thing that is connected to you.
What was the damage on that again? I never actually wrote it down.
It's 1d8 plus any strength.
Yeah.
This one, because
That
you're inspired.
is 9 damage.
Is that with the +1 from...
Yep.
Sick.
The boar is no longer in you. It is having an incredibly bad day and is staggering a bit. But it's a boar, so you're not sure like how badly wounded it is, because you won't know until it stops breathing.
Yeah.
That's kind of how boars work.
Yep.
Oh no, I just remembered something. It's fine, Nell doesn't know, but Cat knows.
Okay. I'm very intrigued. I'm gonna ask.
I might be wrong
privately,
but yeah.
All right. So it is back to the top of the round, which means it is Snitch's turn.
Cool. So from underneath the clashing of wild beast and the modern technology of warfare, a blade's going to come stabbing out into the
Huron's crotch.
Huron's like, pretty sure I didn't add that to the crotch. Oh, right, no, yeah, it's Snitch, right.
From the dwarf's black crotch, I stab at thee.
He's standing there going, is that me?
Was that? Oh, didn't know I was that excited by murdering boars. Whew.
That's better, 19.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
When did I put a sword launcher on?
8 damage. 9 damage, Mox.
Yeah.
Mox.
The boar looks at you with its beady little eyes, tiny eyes, because boars have tiny eyes considering the size of their heads. Giant head, tiny eyes. Staring at you, there's blood dripping off its fangs, tusks. Some of it is probably Huron's. And then its front legs just give up. And it just hits the deck. Again.
Is it totally collapsed?
It's sort of fallen forward on its face.
Still
like its
alive,
back legs are still kind of up.
Yeah.
But you're not sure for how long. It seems to be doing incredibly badly. Again, boars. It's its turn, and it is not going to do anything on its turn. Which makes it Mox's turn.
I don't know if this is a thing, because I know it's definitely like a feat or something.
Mm-hmm.
But just Mox is not going to be happy with this thing suffering, so wanting to give it like the cleanest blow possible, like
You
a finishing
can
kill.
give it a coup de grace.
Yeah.
If you so wish, I can inform you it is in a position for you to be able to coup de grace it.
Cool. What do I need to do for that?
Roll me an attack roll. No, you don't have to roll an attack roll for coup de grace, do you?
It's just whether you.
Oh yeah, whether it's a crit or not.
I don't know. I haven't looked up those particular rules since I got slapped to death in my sleep.
In a different game.
That was a different edition. It doesn't work quite the same.
All right. So just roll me an attack as if with a knife, I assume.
I believe how it works is that as long as you hit, you do max damage, but you can crit it.
It says, well, on the rules it says you automatically hit and score a critical hit. If the defender survives the damage, he must make a fortitude save. So I need to just do roll as if I'm rolled a crit.
Yep.
Which is just twice my damage for the rapier, or which I mean, because the idea is like just try and like puncture a vein or something, or like just
that makes sense.
Get it between the ribs in the right way for the heart, something like that.
Straight through the head, something like that. That would be hard to do in a boar, though.
That's a. Why is maths hard? 8.
I don't. 8 damage?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What little light there was left in the boar's eyes goes out, and it just collapses to one side. It narrowly avoids landing on Huron, for the sake of narrative and not just breaking Huron's legs out of combat. It does not land on Huron. I know. It's a boar. It's very heavy.
Yep.
Your spear is not snapped, and it doesn't land on you. It just collapses to one side. And the boar is, in fact, defeated.
Mox will give it a couple pats.
It is at this point that Mox, your new friends, come out of the bushes. One of them is sort of de-stringing one of them pauses and de-strings their longbow. It's for the rest of you. There's a bugbear, a goblin, and 2 hobgoblins. One of the hobgoblins is the one who has the bow. They nod at Nell. Right. Nicely done. Didn't even really need our help. Aldrin goes, "Gosh, are these your friends you're talking about, Mox? Fantastic, excellent to meet you, chaps. It was a good day's hunting. What? Damn it, I knew one of you was gonna do it. The little goblin kind of goes, "You said something about a game for who gets to keep the boar."
Oh yeah, because because they were also hunting it, and then they wanted to just take it, and then it was just whoever killed it. But then we didn't know about that, like what would happen, people. So I suggested, and they suggested a game, and so I suggested a game afterwards. So we need to play a game now.
All right.
Be liars. I don't want to be a liar.
We don't have to. Your friend looks in pain. You okay? Tiny goblin shouting at you, Huron. Okay, never mind then.
What game should we play?
I don't know. We could do some kind of challenge, like a race, or we could play. I don't know. Most of the games you're all adults. You probably don't want to play them. It's fine.
I mean, well, I'm still happy to share with everyone, but if you wanted to play a game anyway, you could still play a game.
But taking it back to the inn, regardless.
What inn?
There's Sandpoint.
Sandpoint. The dragon.
We don't really go to Sandpoint.
Are you from Thistletop by any chance?
No. We're Rorschach.
Okay.
We're from the steppes.
Have a lot of contact with Thistletop?
Not recently.
Not fond of the new...
The bugbear kind of puts their hand on the goblin's head and just goes, shh. Yeah, not very fond of the new management, so to speak.
Neither are we. We're fairly sure they're responsible for the most recent attack on Sandpoint.
Sandpoint's been attacked?
Mm-hmm.
Badly.
Last night.
Is everyone okay?
No.
Not quite everyone.
Alright,
Huron, he unstoppers a healing potion with his teeth, just spits the stop her away and chugs it.
Oh, Mox will show off their badge proudly. We got these for helping.
And for the Sandpoint.
And for the promise of more help.
The Boar is kind of part of that help, I suppose.
We should probably go tell the village. Yeah.
Might be an idea.
That seems like a thing they should probably know.
Yes, you should warn them. In fact, we think that some sort of how do you say?
They were using shock troopers that were not entirely willing.
They dosed people with. I out of character cannot remember the name of the drug, but I know we got told it by Juniper.
Huron rolled to know it.
Stingroot, yeah.
Stingroot. Yeah, Mox and Huron knew it. Yeah.
They get dosed with some kind of stingroot extract.
That stuff kills people.
Yes, it does.
But it makes them incredibly angry and very good shock troopers.
Particularly in service to Lamash too.
All of their heads snap to look at Mox. Like,
yes.
So they've fallen further than we thought they had. Okay. All right,
Alderac. Something racial purity, something our races are best.
The new management.
The new management. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that because we're not dead, you're not the sort of people that assume that all of us are like that.
No, that's why I asked where you were from first.
Right.
I used the evidence of my eye. And
Mox is going to say in Goblin. Of course not.
Good to know.
They keep, still in Goblin. They keep me around doing this, talking like this to people like you.
Fair.
I'm assuming Mox is just fulfilling their role as translator right now.
Your friend is doing an admirable job of convincing me that you're not, in fact, a bunch of massive racists.
Mox really doesn't like racists. He threatened to tear the arms off of one.
In the attack, they didn't get the stable master, did they?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Mox almost did, though.
Mox just go, just not even, barely continue. Oh, so you didn't like him either.
There's a reason most of us don't go to Sandpoint. Main door in, you know? You go through the north gate, and he's right there.
Does he harass you?
Not exactly, but there were rumors.
What were the rumors?
You're not to tell your mother I told them this, right? The tiny goblin goes, okay. There are rumors that man has a trophy wall somewhere.
Oh, what?
Goblin ears.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Served with some military commanders that used quite horrible rhetoric to help soldiers, but that's just awful.
Mox is vibrating.
Like we say, I've spoken to the sheriff on a number of occasions. Nice guy. But they don't have any proof, you know? Without what you're gonna do on a rumor.
Kick down the door, find the trophies, and tear his head off his neck?
No, Mox, we're
one of the hobgoblin goes, that wouldn't be very lawful, would it?
Can't do that.
The sheriff can't.
There is the other rumor as well.
Nor can deputies.
No, but
because we are the sheriff.
There is the other rumor.
Mm-hmm.
There is the other rumor that apparently Tadra doesn't want to tell you. And the Bugbear just goes, don't. I mean, you said it now, you're going to have to, but.
By all means.
One of the hobgoblin.
Boar. Fine. We're fine.
So there's a rumor that one of the smaller groups, their chief went missing. With one of his, a group of his troops. They were hunting. Like this, but more larger scale, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And,
one of the 5 tribes?
Not like a chief, like a chief. Like, we have the chief of the tribe, but then there's chiefs of each settlement as well, so.
Oh, okay.
And, only one of the guys made it back. And he was a little...
upset.
Yeah. He disappeared off into the wilderness not long after that, so we don't know what happened to him, but he said that his boss was pickled in a jar.
But by
the stable master. Again, can't prove it. Only person who knew anything about it ran off into the forest. Haven't seen him since. So, what are we gonna do? I mean, we told the sheriff, but
in and out, Mox. In and out.
Like, if you do happen,
I'm learning how to breathe. I can
deep
breathe.
breathing.
I'm good. I'm breathing. I'm breathing. Everyone. I am breathing.
The goblin tugs on a legging or whatever you're wearing.
Shorts.
The goblin tugs on the shorts, higher up.
Jump tug.
Little bit. So the little goblin and just goes, what you have to do is remember that the moon and the stars will never change. Focus on that, and it'll make you feel better. They will
always... taking this like ancient wisdom.
They're always right there. The stars are up there right now. You just can't see them.
You've wisdom more than some I've known 10 times your age.
I get panicky a lot. And that's the way that Tadra told me how to calm down so that I could be a good hunter and find my balance.
That's a good thing. Thank you.
The bugbear looks a little bit kind of, I mean, yeah.
Very consciously, very gently pat the goblin on the head. Thank you very much.
Regardless of unpleasantness, you'd be welcome at the Dragon tonight for which will likely be a grand feast. Because this is not a small creature.
That is true.
Mox is going to take Peach off their head and put...
Peach was there for that whole fucking fight! Oh my god, I forgot!
Peach flares a little bit, goes...
What do you want to see? That's enough excitement for you. You're very small.
Peach is chewing something.
And I think I can say with some certainty that Ameko would much rather have you there than he.
Considering she threw him out of a window this morning.
Well, that sounds like somebody whose establishment we need to frequent. Kakuk, which one of you wants to go? The two hobgoblins kind of snapped to attention a little bit, and she's like, "Which one of you wants to go and tell the boss that all this is happening? Draw straws, something, one of you." The one who told you about the pickling goes, "I'll go. It's my turn. I'll go and tell them. Should I take the kid with me?" Tadra goes, "No, I think he's earned his boar. Good kid. My apprentice."
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I'll give you a piggyback. Bugbears are, for the record, about the same size as Mox, if not bigger.
Yeah, they're pretty enormous.
So her apprentice is approximately the size of her torso. Just whoop. So he's now sitting on one of her shoulders.
At this point, he's taking a coil of rope out of his pack, and he's basically trussing up the boar.
Need a hand carrying?
I'm just gonna drag it.
A small face pops out of a bush. We can attach it behind Bob, if you like. As Rogers has reappeared, being like,
"I feel
coming over."
Oh, is Bob strong enough to do that? What a good horse!
He's a very good horse. Raised him myself.
Bring him over.
Come on, Bob.
Mox to make sure that Bob knows that Mox thinks they are a very good horse.
Mm-hmm.
Bob apparently appreciates this. There's a lot of snuffling.
This gentle tickling of like muzzles.
One of the hobgoblins shoots you all a cheeky salute, turns on a heel, and starts sprinting into the forest at
Good Lord.
An amazing speed.
That'd be one hell of a scout.
God's guide your steps.
They are one hell of a scout.
Secure it to the back of the saddle.
Once you're done securing it, the four of us should go slightly ahead. I want to have a small conversation.
I shall talk to our good friends here.
Yes, make friends.
And leave you to it. Yes, Tadra, you said your name was. An apprentice. Apprentice in what? And he goes off and just Tadra's like, oh, fuck.
Huron as well.
Who is this person?
He walks up to Bob properly as well, gives him a little pat on the side of the head.
Excellent. So it is the four of you and Bob and the dead Boar, as Rogers has gone off to follow his boss. He's done that servant thing of just
Yeah.
you wanted the four of you to be alone, and he is just not there.
Yep. Right, so allegations against the stable master.
I'm breathing, thinking of the
Allegations,
stars and how the moon's always there.
We've got a
The
few
moon was
options.
stable and I'll find the crew.
That was yeah, one option is sneaking in.
You cannot guarantee that you will not get caught.
The other option...
We are representing the sheriff.
Hey GM, what's a really illegal substance in this area? That I would know about.
Poisons.
Okay.
There is no such thing as illegal drugs, so it would have to be something that was literally going to kill you.
Fuck, I've forgotten the name of it again. The
Stingroot.
Stingroot, yeah.
Stingroot.
Is it illegal?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What do you want to frame him?
No.
It's not illegal because it's a key ingredient in certain potions.
Mm.
And
So
you know from having gone past that there is at least one apothecary in town.
We were told that when we were talking about the Stingray before. They were mentioned by name.
Yeah, they said Juniper said something about Hannah would know more.
Yeah.
I'm going to be mildly distracted while you do this because I've just put my new hand cream on and it's made of cocoa butter.
Ah.
My hands just smell of chocolate. It's amazing.
So, we need the search to be legal. So if someone was to come to us and tell us that they suspected that the stable master was acting as a front for an organization that was bringing, say, poisons into town, we would have to investigate, especially since poisons were used in the attack, in the raid. So we would have to search his premises. Out of character, I feel fucking filthy. This is such a bad, dirty cop thing to do. Just Jesus Christ.
Huron is visibly angry
Yeah.
at the suggestion. Been deputized for a few hours. We're already talking about illegally searching somebody's home on rumors. No matter how credible they are rumors. It's not what Hemlock asked us to do.
If that's the way you feel about it.
We watch the man. He does something stupid. He gets his just desserts.
Alright. Stakeout sort of deal. That are we paying informants to watch him for us?
No, not even that necessarily that directly, just a word in the ear of the guards on the gate. They're close enough. Keep an eye on him.
Alright. Alright, we'll talk to the guards on the gate when we get back then.
All right. So are you bringing Mox back into the conversation and being like, Mox, let's talk about fun things? Like the
Mox
moon.
is still just singing their little song throughout the whole thing.
All right. Do you allow the others to approach again once you finished having your shady conversation? Ah, friends, I have
I'll
learned
just walk
so much.
back across and pick up my kit.
I've learned so much from these lovely people already. Do you know what Roshokar means in Goblin? Mox, you do.
Yeah.
It means bird cruncher because they live on the side of cliffs and their ancestors used to hunt birds and so they were eating the birds, so they were bird crunchers, and it's fascinating etymology. Don't you think? Are you all right?
Quite all right. Bird Cruncher.
Did you know that the moon and the stars are always there?
He looks a little bit nervous. Like, are they?
Let's just get underway, yeah?
Head back to the dragon.
Excellent plan. And of course, if there is anything, and I do not wish our friendship to end with this boar hunt, my friends. If there is anything, I'm only in Sandpoint for a couple more days, I'm afraid. But if I could probably get tickets to the theater if anyone was interested in coming to see the new production.
I might be in the new production.
In the new production, you say? What? With Alessandra, the diva from Magdamar?
Oh, we should probably go and talk to them about that, shouldn't we?
This is by the gods, you are an exciting group of fellows to be around.
On the way back, can Monks also offer to teach Aldern some like friendly goblin phrases?
Yes, that would be good.
It was like, these are things that, no goblin would ever say because Mox has read them from books. But, you're
like the bugbear a few feet behind. Just be like,
how do you find the weather? Is it not pleasant?
To be fair, they are exactly the sort of thing that Aldern says in common.
Yeah.
So they work for Aldern.
I figured as I was saying, I was like, no, that's kind of just how he's...
It's just how he talks.
So yeah,
my sister and a brother.
Said, do you want to learn some more?
That would be fascinating, my friend. I've never met such a learned fellow in all my days. He's paying rapt attention to you.
Yeah.
So he will only be distracted if Nell walks too close.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, no, listening.
I suppose Mox would be like, do you want to know what pretty lady is in Goblin?
I would love to. I would love to.
And Mox teach you like really like harmless, sweet but very but flirty things, like you're like that whole your eyes are like two limpid pools, that type of thing, but in Goblin.
Not the limpid tears.
Yeah.
Getting flashbacks to my immortal now. Bad days, guys. Bad days. If anyone describes your eyes as looking like two pools of limpid tears, just run. Just run. Just leave.
But again, the type of weird but charming things that he already says, but in Goblin.
He does seem to be sort of on the walk back. He is, and you're going a bit slower because Bob's dragging a fully grown boar. He's a little slower than he was.
Yeah. Bob is a horse, but that is a boar.
Yeah. So Aldern seems to be sort of switching between learning things from Mox and lightly flirting with Nell. That way.
Nell is obviously flirting back.
He does at one point ask you if he could possibly ask you to dinner. I realize this is possibly not the time. I don't exactly have the normal flowers that one would do, but I would be very interested in potentially seeing if we were compatible for courting.
For court? Oh my.
He's not quite batting his eyelashes at you, but if he had longer eyelashes, he might be.
Well, you're in town for a few more days. Yes, I'm sure we can make time to sit down together for a meal of some description.
That would be fantastic. I would. Thank you, beautiful, wonderful lady.
Nell in her head is just sort of like, I have flirted too well.
Oh no.
He does not want to be a client, he wants to be my husband.
Yep.
Oops. This is fine.
Stop wowing all of the, you haven't met any other local
He's not even local.
Lords. He's a little local.
He's half local. He's semi-local.
I'm sure if we de-haunt his house, he'll be far more local.
Oh god.
Rapidly.
Well, you also need to break a fucking curse. Oh god, I can't marry him. I'll have to take his name if I marry him, and then I'll be cursed.
Unless we de-haunt the house.
There's also another problem, which I'm pretty sure Huron is the only one who knows.
He's married.
He's married.
Oh, is he the youngest one? Oh, okay, that's fine. Cool.
He keeps talking, he tells you all about his family. He's got 2 older sisters.
Does he mention a wife at any point while he's talking to me?
No.
Okay, right. I don't know.
You don't know.
This makes not a blind bit of difference to me in character, but out of character, this is going to be fucking interesting.
So, Huron's busied himself making sure that basically the boar doesn't come to bits being dragged along the road. I'm going to see. Would he have heard that?
Oh, the asking to court. Yes, it wasn't very subtle. Sendali. He will refer to the actual like scion of the family line as Sir Sendali, who's his older sister. It mentions there's another sister between them. So he's not even next in line, even though she doesn't have any children yet. Sort of, thing.
So at that point, he'll sort of his face will sort of snap up, and he'll be looking at him with furrowed brows. But then he goes back to what he's doing.
Do I catch Huron's look? Can I roll to catch Huron's look?
roll perception, see if you notice.
No. It's a 7. I don't think I noticed shit.
It's fine, because Aldrin did.
Uh-oh.
Is everything all right, my friend? You're not badly wounded, are you? To Huron.
No, perfectly fine.
He took a potion. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Oh, that's good to hear. I would hate to think that you were still fumbling along in a wounded manner when we could be helping you. You fought most bravely. I have seen very few people take such a blow and remain standing. And your machine is very exciting.
Normally more heavily armored, but it did most of the job.
Even more bravery then, to stand there in less armor than normal and take a boar to the chest. Very, very impressed.
Better than the face.
That is.
He says with obvious facial scarring.
I imagine you would know more about that than I, friend.
Baby
face.
Baby face.
Baby face. Like, he's probably in his 20s, but like he's one of these people you're like, are you sure?
Oh,
are you sure you're not 16?
God. That's just making it worse for now. He's in like his 20s.
All right. So when you get back to Sandpoint, Huron is nodded at by the guard over the gate, and the gates. They don't open the gates for you, but the gates aren't barred or anything, so you can open them yourselves.
Fox will wave to the guard.
Wave back.
I'll sort of look towards I'll go and chat to them later on, once we've got this sorted.
Right, well, to the Rusty Dragon then, I think, friends. We're bringing our spoils. I imagine we'll attract quite a crowd.
You go enjoy the spoils of that crowd. I need to check on a few things back at my abode.
Of course. I will see you at the feast. I'm no doubt Ameko will create some fantastic new dish from this.
I'll look forward to it. I'm assuming I've got a bit of time before the food gets made and such.
Cooking a boar is not this will be an evening meal, and it's barely lunchtime.
How is Bob getting on? Is
Bob okay?
He's not doing great.
I
clearly
will,
a pack animal, but not like this kind of pack animal.
I will unhitch it and attach it to myself.
Oh,
horse kind of does a shake.
Take Bob back to the stables. Is that where he lives just now?
Rogers goes, yeah, it is.
Oh, uh-oh.
The your goblinoid contingent, hobgoblin, bugbear, goblin, who are still with you, just kind of like look at you sideways a bit about when he's like, "Oh, I'll take him to the stables." Like,
oh no, you can help with the boar. I like.
Yeah, I think we'll help with the boar. Come on, Alderac.
And like he attaches the boar to himself, and in a way that only dwarves can, continues at the exact same speed he was going before it was attached to him.
Alderac has grabbed the boar's tail and is dragging it. He's a very small goblin.
He's doing his best.
He's probably a teenager, but like, he's a goblin.
Yours probably not even noticed that he's doing it.
He's not helping you in any way.
He's just still walking, just also dragging the goblin.
Basically, yeah. Alderac's chest is kind of puffed out with pride. Like, yeah, help him with the boar. And the the two adults are kind of just following along. What's the plan? Nell, what are you planning on splitting off from the rest?
Yes. Sorry, I know it's annoying.
No, that's fine. Is anyone going with Nell? I don't know where she's going. I mean, she said back at her abode. So...
I'm going back to the Tickle and Feather.
Okay.
If people want to come with me, they can.
Mox is going to the stables, so we're gonna do that first. I think I may have to fizz out being chokeslammed again, so that'll be fun.
No, not at all. No.
Alrighty.
So Mox is gonna show up, Bob. Stables, and is the stable master about?
There appears to be a younger lad around who's kind of sweeping out some of the stalls.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You look
this is
distinctly
Bob.
worried.
I believe he lives here.
Oh yeah, he does. He does live here. I'm
not sorry. I'm but I'm deputy here.
I heard of you. Yeah, you're one of the.
We helped in the attack, and we're helping still. Over here.
Yeah. I'll just take Bob. You should leave.
Why?
You're the one who was here earlier today, right?
Mhm.
Who did the? You met my boss?
Yeah, but I wanted to speak to him actually. I wanted to apologize. I will happily roll a bluff for this because Malt is not going to apologize.
I'm gonna need a bluff off you if that is not in fact.
Malt is not apologetic.
I really should have come with you.
That's a 20, unnatural.
Doesn't spot it. Fuck. Okay. Oh, you are talking to a Morrow. Probably a teenager. Right, okay, so... That's all well and good, right? But he's not happy? At all?
Oh, maybe I can make him feel better.
I really don't think you can. Listen, I just...
Worth a try?
Okay, I'm gonna make this really, really simple because you seem like a nice lady. So... I'm green.
Mm-hmm.
And I work here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for you to not make it really hard for me to continue to work here.
Why?
My boss is really racist. Like, I don't know if you'd noticed. He doesn't like green people.
No, I noticed.
So far, that doesn't extend tomorrow, but it could.
But I noticed, and you're right. But I still, because of that, well, rather, I let that come over, and as a deputy, points to badge.
Right.
I don't feel that was very appropriate, and so I wish to apologize.
Okay. All right, I'll go find him.
Thank you.
It's just, that's Bob's stall, second from the end.
Okay, I'll pop him in, and then.
Like, you get within like a meter of it, and Bob just kind of walks in by himself, like, yes, this is my house.
I'll just give me butt twitches on the way past.
You get flicked at. Like, oh no, annoying fly.
Yeah.
Flick. So, the Morrow leaves, and after a few minutes, the back door kind of opens, and did you get the stable master's name?
I can't fucking remember, honestly.
The stable master, the human, that dude, is kind of just.
I can't remember if Ameko said his name when she was dealing with him.
Or Valdern said it.
Big look fuckface, wasn't it? But I remember.
Basically, he's kind of standing in the doorway, leaning on the doorway.
Right, I'm gonna roll another bluff because Mox is going to apologize.
Oh no! I'm letting the bard talk their way out of a situation. This is a terrible idea.
16.
I say letting like I could stop you. Continues to look at you suspiciously, but carry on. He's not like pulled a knife or anything. You're.
Hi. I wanted to apologize for my behavior.
Aye, Balin said.
Yeah. So I'm here to say I'm sorry, because as deputy, I don't think it was very fitting behavior. And I hope that this wouldn't stop you from, if there's any trouble or anything, from letting me or any of my friends know, because we are here to serve everyone.
Fine. Not saying I'm might still have to go and have a chat with old Hemlock about their choice of deputies.
I understand.
But no, I would still call the watch if I needed it.
Good. I just want you to know that there are still good people, and we are trying to help. And I am very, very sorry.
Right then, deputy. Get out my establishment.
Bye.
Just kind of watches you until you leave.
And they'll head to the Rusted Dragon.
All right. So, Nell, what are you off to go and do?
I'm going to the Tickle and Feather, and I want to talk to Kay.
All right. They're in their office. How can I help? What's up?
Stable master, what's the dirt?
What dirt do you have on Ray?
Is that his name?
Aye, Ray Hosk.
I know that he got thrown out of a Maker's establishment for talking shit about goblinoids. I've got reports of rumours from a couple of goblinoids from out of town about him keeping a trophy room of ears and pickling someone.
Okay, I'd heard the ears thing before, but the pickling one's new.
Yes, the pickling one, it may be blown out of proportion, it may not. I wanted to know what you knew.
Well, he's a massive racist, always has been. Got a lot worse when his wife died. No, not to goblins, before you ask. That would have made sense.
Some amount.
But he just sort of lost it a wee bit. I think one of the girls sees him sometimes. Kind of... Pretty sure it's the Ice Princess. That's not her... Kazia. She's from the north, you know, so Ice Princess. Likes her, I think. Maybe I can ask her. My suggestion is, if you want to know what's going on in town, talk to the urchins.
Okay. Are there any goblins or hobgoblins who work here?
Here?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not out of any sense of anything, just... I mean, have you checked down at the tower?
No.
Tower Squirrel. Maybe have a look there. It's the goblin-run establishment. So.
I was going to ask if they had any rumours or grievances or knew anything. If he'd ever done anything in particular to any of them.
Oh, I mean, he's just generally an asshole to them. Obviously won't go drink in their bar. What are you up to?
I'm trying to find a way to prove or disprove the allegations.
Because if you can prove them, you can do something about it, because you're a deputy now.
Yeah. I mean, I won't lie to you, Kay. I would quite happily break into his house and rifle through his drawers myself, but some of my companions would prefer we take a more law-abiding route. And since we have these, I'm gonna stick to that.
Honey, if I had anything I could legally do anything about, I would have told Hemlock.
Fair, yeah, that makes sense.
It's not like I don't see them often enough.
Are they client or...
Honey, no! They're my partner!
Oh, that makes sense, right.
Yeah.
Okay. That explains why you would have told them about... Oh,
yeah.
Beyond the whole them being from the same tribe that helped
Yep.
you? And, right, okay. That's very sweet.
I just assumed you knew. I mean, I was talking about them being here all night and everything.
I wasn't sure if it was a...
Fair. I don't tend to take many clients anymore. I mean, the Rolands occasionally ask, but...
The who?
Oh, the Rolands. They're, the, local Puritans. Sorry,
They are... Hang on.
They're not very fond of the, sins of the flesh.
But they tried to get appointments with you?
Have you ever met a rich person?
Too many. When you say they're not fond of sins of the flesh, how much of a problem are they?
Oh, not too much. They keep trying to get us shut down, but...
Okay.
I mean, we haven't broken any laws. They keep trying to get the bars shut down as well. They just keep getting laughed out, so...
Right, they're not going to assault anyone then.
No.
Good.
Not exactly.
Exactly?
Rumor has it they have a couple of... hard men, so to speak. But nothing that ever can be traced back to them. There's a lot of scandal in this tiny town. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, apparently. Right. I'm going to go and poke around and ask people questions that they probably don't want to answer and...
Yeah, Hannah was looking for you.
Who?
Hannah.
Jim, which one is Hannah?
You've only heard of Hannah's name from Juniper thus far.
Is that the kid's mom?
As an apothecary.
Juniper, Hannah was the one that Juniper said would know more about the Stingroot.
About Stingroot, right.
Yeah, Hannah was asked, she was here to look at some of the... She's here for a weekly checkup. She's the apothecary in town. She supplies the medications that we need.
I got checked before I left Magnamar, but if you want me checked again...
She'll give you a brief once over before you start working in that side of things, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, no, she was here earlier, and she just asked if the off chance, because she's some of her congregants have been asking her weird questions. She's a priest of sorts.
Been asking her weird questions. Did she elaborate on that?
They think that the beach is haunted.
Okay. Okay, I'm a stripper. Why am I suddenly...
The taps where your badge is. She can just see it through a scarf.
Your partner is a great inconvenience to me. Flip a scarf over my shoulder. Flounce out.
As you're leaving, you just hear a "to us all" sometimes. Right. So, what are the Huron and Snitch? You are dragging / wandering along beside a boar as it is dragged. And I'm assuming Snitch isn't helping with dragging the boar.
Of course not.
Didn't think so.
He doesn't need it for dragging. Nope. Like he's got more than enough strength to do it, and he's got dwarf stability.
So you're dragging this boar along. You have a group of goblinoids following along behind you. You do start attracting attention pretty quickly. One of the groups of people that you seem to attract really, really fast is a group of children of various races. Who seem to be sort of giggling, and you're not sure what they're doing, but whenever you look round at them, they're all like, "We're doing that." But then they go back to giggling whenever your back's turned. So you're not quite sure what's going on with them, but they seem to be enjoying themselves, and they don't seem to be touching the boar. And yeah, so you're taking it to the Rusty Dragon. The goblinoids are a little bit nervous, but they do seem to be just kind of like going. They like, especially the bugbear seems to have the attitude of "fucking come at me," and nobody seems to want to because they're a bugbear and they're a little bit large. Technically a goblinoid, very big.
It's kind of why Nell was using those terms.
Is there anything you want to use on the way, or anything you want to do on the way there?
Not really. It's just dragging it straight there. He is attached to the boar currently. He would like to divest himself of that before doing anything else.
Yeah, more or less just escorting the boar and our new friends.
you do realize that one of the kids playing around behind you is the boy that you rescued during the fight. He seems to be in charge of this little group. They maybe 10 years old at the most. The little group. When they realize that you're heading into the inn, one of them goes, "Oh, we're not allowed in there. We're not allowed. Aaron, we're not allowed in there." And Aaron goes, "I know. Let's go be Sandpoint heroes. Let's go get some bad guys." And they run off with tiny wooden swords. Like, yay! Now you may have found some of the people who have given you a new name. Children are very excited.
Okay.
Basically, what Huron's going to do is once he gets to sort of just outside.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Am I here still?
He's going to crack the port chest. Say,
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Can you say
You
that
had
again?
like a frozen moment, Nick, and we were like, "Oh no."
Can you say that again, Nick? Because you kind of went hit. Yes.
Drags the boar up, gets it stable, and it puffs out his chest, and then shouts, "Amico, I have a present."
I'm glad you're all getting on so well with Amico.
Amico's cool.
She is pretty cool. There's a lot of
She
commotion.
threw a man out the
inside
window.
bar. She did throw a man out a window. There's a little bit of commotion inside the bar, and then Ameko just kind of slams the door open, like equally dramatically. Just kind of ta-da, and just like, "Indeed you do." Just goes, "Well, damn, that's the best present I've had in a while. Is it all for me?"
Well, I was
And
hoping
Boar
to
as well?
get some of it myself.
I'm
I'm very flattered, but
There's a peal of laughter from inside the bar.
I'm
She's
pretty
like,
sure I've got small clothes older than you.
Fair.
Can I like approach at hearing small clothes, please?
Because I've got small clothes older than you. You're like, what is going on? Like, a boar. That's Aldern. You found a boar. Aldern goes, "I did indeed, fair lady. Well, it was more these lovely people. I assisted in the finding of the boar and supplied the spears, but other than that, I'm not sure I was actually all that much use, you know."
Come
you know
now,
me.
we'd not have known of its existence without yourself, Alden.
You're too kind, friend Huron. And Ameko's just looking at you like, what? Ameko's like, well, it's gonna take a while to cook.
I expected that.
Anything in particular you want done with it? Or do I get free reign?
Oh, I'll leave it to your expertise.
Oh,
I tasted your food at the festival.
words to live by. You are a man after my own heart, good sir. Free pint for anyone who takes this boar in. Like 4 people arrive. I'm just like, whoa.
I'm imagining so many people try and get through the doorway that it
Like,
kind of jams. And it just...
Yeah, like 6 people try once.
Pulls one of the ropes and it just sort of flops over, and he takes his ropes back, coils them.
Some of the people who've arrived are not as strong as they look, and they're just kind of like, hee. One of the people who arrives, however, just sort of striding out, rolling up their sleeves, is the friend that you made earlier.
Oh, is it
at the
arm
fair,
wrestling person?
known as Hammer. The Hammer has arrived and hefts about half the boar by themselves, and just like, "See you in a bit." Someone's back in, and Mako's just kind of looking at them like, "Wow."
Sure, I could do that.
I definitely couldn't.
Maybe 200 years ago.
Nice work. Very nice. Obviously, you supply food. You get free food when it's cooked, but it'll be dinner.
Aye.
Like, can't promise it before sundown, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Boar is tough.
I'm sure it'll be worth it in this one.
I think
I'll be a hell of a pelt as well.
Well, it's yours to do with what you will. Give it to the tanner. Don't give it to the tanner. Use it as a rug. I don't care. Right. Guess I got cooking to do. Adios. She's
Mox will probably have wandered there by now because
she does
exactly in a hurry.
There's a wee salute.
She does the equivalent of adios, By which I mean she says goodbye, or what you assume to be goodbye from context clues, in a language that none of you speak. I'm not even going to double check. I know that none of you speak this one.
None of us speak Tianxia.
It's Minkai.
Minkai is the language? Cool.
Yes, specifically.
I speak Parisian! Don't speak Minkai.
Tianxia's like the continent.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Tianxia is the East Asian analog.
Mm-hmm.
And Tianmin, which is Minkai is the Japan analog. So she says something vaguely. Vivian.
Jamais.
Thank you. She says that.
If it's bye and they expect to see you again, jamais. Or ja, if you're being really casual.
And now we reveal to you all, surprise! Not only does Vivian play the violin, they also speak Japanese. So
mostly, I don't speak Japanese. I'm very sorry. I'm a stupid foreigner. But yeah,
that's a good enough amount of Japanese.
They can about function in Japanese.
So yeah, she says jame and leaves in a dramatic way with lots of swaying hips. And Aldrin goes, "Well, that was incredibly exciting. I suppose," looks across at Rogers, "I suppose I'm going to have to go over my business accounts now, aren't I, Rogers?" And Rogers goes, "Yes, sir. Yes, you are, my lord." It's like, I do so hate them.
You'll
But
do
they
it
are
again
important.
for the boar, though, when it's cooked.
Oh yes, I will see you for supper for the boar. I hope you have a wonderful day, and do get back to me on the whole dinner idea, won't you?
And Bob is fine.
Certainly.
I made sure he was nice and settled.
I'm very glad to hear it. Rogers will be very pleased. He raised Bob from a foal, you know.
You should be very proud, Rogers. He knew his stable and went to the store and went straight back in there. Very smart.
Rogers is like, my boy.
My child!
He looks like there might be a single family here, but he's like...
My internet is having issues, so if I
Why
disappear...
Why is yours having issues and mine isn't?
I'm using a new VPN, it might be that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right, well, we're not here for very much longer anyway, so hopefully it'll hold out for another 20 minutes or so. What is your plan for the rest of the day until it is boar eating time?
My friends, I have, news. The apothecary wants to talk to us. People have been saying weird things to her. And apparently there are also some people who believe that the beach is haunted and would like us to check it out.
None of you have guns, so I expect none of you to pull off the "gotta go, beach is haunted."
It's like, you're back early, what's going on?
Beach is haunted.
Beach is haunted.
I'm sorry,
What?
what?
Beach is haunted.
Haunted.
Beach haunted.
Need more crossbow bolts. So
The beach is so haunted.
Apparently.
A lot of that going around.
Is that the beach that's also a scrap heap?
I think so.
Makes sense.
Find the apothecary?
Apothecary.
how are you finding the apothecary?
Oh,
Are
also,
you going
I
to a
don't.
shop you've seen before,
I don't
or-
suppose
All the
any of you
smell.
have seen a convenient pack of urchins, have you?
There's been one following me about, but they thought we were going in, so they've buggered off.
I was gonna borrow them.
We've got all day.
Yeah, all day.
All right. How are you finding the apothecary? Are you going to one of the apothecary shops you have seen?
Just ask someone.
Cool.
Where's Hannah's apothecary?
Oh, Hannah's over there. 2 streets along and second on the left.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I also realize you can't see, but I just want to out myself. I pointed right when I said that. I am a functioning human being. It is nearly my bedtime. I am tired. Let's go.
We should go to Hannah's.
Okay. You go to Hannah's, and there is a short, tanned woman. You're not sure if from lots of time outside or if her skin's normally naturally that color. You have no idea. With spiky, like ruffled blonde hair, and sort of short sleeves, is kind of sorting jars of things in a shop. Ooh,
Green.
ooh, I'm green.
Elder shift.
That was
Hannah?
weird.
Hannah?
She turns around. She's very obviously an elf. She has distinctly elven features in that her eyes look bigger than they should.
She has Disney princess eyes.
A little bit. It's yeah, almost like bug-like size. She's got huge eyes and long pointy ears. They're not like wow pointy ears. She's not going to turn around and take your face off with an ear. It's not like this long.
Huge scar crusher. What happened? Night elf turned around too fast.
You know.
Night elf turned left. Wasn't ready, man.
She turns around and goes,
I didn't duck.
And she's wearing a white apron. She kind of dusts down her hands. Goes,
we
gotta help.
Kay passed on that you were looking for us.
Oh, of course,
Thanks,
you're the
Badger.
deputies.
Hi.
Yes, hello. Right. Yes, I've been hearing some interesting conversations from some of my congregants. I'm a priest of Kozray. In my spare time, I suppose. In my most of the time when I'm not me, all of the jars are full of plants.
Yeah.
Some of them alive. There's also like little bonsai tree-esque things all over the place in the shop. Everything is very green in here, which apparently my camera knew in advance and decided that I had to be very green. So that's weird. Right, yes, they've been they're saying that they've been hearing weird noises from the beach, and they think that it's, haunted, which is a little outside of my expertise, I think. I never did the, I'm a priest, not a cleric.
Right.
And I thought, well, I went to Hemlock, and they said that they're busy, they've got a lot of paperwork to do, they're leaving in the morning. So they said that I should come and find you, and the only one of you that I knew about where I could find them was you, Nell, because you were on Kay's list of people I should probably come and see later.
Yes, about that. Is there a time that I can schedule for a checkup at some point?
Yes, of course. Yes, anytime. I'm free. Most of the time. I spend most of my time here.
Early tomorrow at some point. All right for you.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Excellent,
yes.
Lovely.
Should
Thank
we all
you.
get checked?
If you want to,
Well,
I don't have a problem with that. I will have to charge. I have Kay has me on a retainer, so.
What are we getting checked for? Mox has got Peach just in their hand, by the way.
Diseases.
It's a very good idea to get checked.
And
I think we should all get
pregnancy.
checked.
I'm fairly confident about that one.
Most of them are.
Yeah, just before you start, I am supposed to have that many.
Well, yes, you're a rat folk.
that's an image I didn't need.
It's just humans maxi that come in here.
I'm sure I shouldn't.
Anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
Yes. So, beach haunted.
Yes.
In terms of
Specific
contacting us, just as a point.
Yes.
Dragon.
You're at the dragon.
Either that or now the guardhouse, I suppose.
Yes.
Dragon would be best. Fine, by me.
Fantastic.
Dragon's likely to be
I
quick.
do like your little friend. What's their name?
Peach.
Oh, that's an excellent name.
Do you have any flight problems here sometimes?
Sometimes I do. Yes.
If you do, let me know, because Peachy here likes them.
Oh, what a good little lizard. What a good little pest drake. What's a good little pest drake?
Is that what it is?
They're the fastest pest drake.
Oh, you raced them in the races. I saw that. I couldn't really participate. I had too much to do, but everyone was busy at the festival. No one needed me for a minute, so I popped out and got some herbs. Yes, the beach. Everyone calls it Junk Beach.
So it is this. Okay, yes.
Apparently they've been hearing weird screaming and howling noises.
Screaming and howling. Is that all of the reports? Has anyone seen anything, or is it just odd sounds?
Just odd sounds, and it's only been since last night.
Since last night. All right, that's.
Yes. This is a new thing.
Okay.
They're all too scared to go down there. They're not very fond of ghosts, but we can't go and give.
Worth checking if
We can go and
If it
go
is
and
as new as
check
that.
it out.
We can't go and give libations to Gozray if we can't get to the sea.
Of course, right. All right then. We will we'll look into it for you then.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Hopefully, we'll know something before the end of the day.
All right. Bye, Peachy. Good boy. Good boy.
Oh, whilst I'm here, Hemlock mentioned that you might know a bit more about
Stinkroot.
Stinkroot, the Stingroot, aye.
Stingray. Yes, I do. I keep some in stock.
It's possible that some of the individuals during the festival that were attacking
the raiders, yes,
were under the influence of Stingroot.
As in pure Stingroot.
They had been dosed with it.
No, that's terrible. That's a terrible way to die.
It really was.
I mean, if you dose with someone with enough that it affects them to the point that they'll attack people, but you don't mix it with anything, then...
So, I mean, some of them were doing it somewhat willingly, but others had been dosed to the point that
they completely...
Their hearts were gone by the time they'd come to.
Oh yes, that's... I mean, normally when you're making rage drops, you only put a little bit of Stingroot in, you mix it with other things, and it's the active agent, sure, but...
Aye, I've known plenty of warriors that have used it.
To make it do that on its own, you need so much.
It was potent enough that Juniper could smell it on their breath.
Oh, she's a good girl, Juniper. She would...
As a herbalist, I thought that, like, is this root common in this area? Like, to be able to source that amount of it, is that something that could be noticeably traced or anything like that?
A lot of... When I'm going out to get some, I usually go north. A little way along from here, there's a sort of little bit of forest, just on the coast. There's plenty of it that grows there. Well, I've got a sort of cultivated field, so to speak. It's not really a field, but it's sort of a patch of Stingroot. I suppose I should probably go and check to see if it's been raided.
Might be worth doing.
Because my stocks are still fine. Nobody touched my shop.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would dare touch my shop.
I don't imagine I would know which ones to touch and which ones not to.
I feel like I just heard a small lightning crack outside.
Like, she just looks your undead in the end and goes, there's a reason that nothing's labelled.
Very clever.
There's only a couple of other people in town who'd have any idea what to take in the first place, and one of them wouldn't dare, and the other one, if he got his sticky fingers on my stuff, I'd break his legs, so...
Well, my herbalism knowledge begins and ends with healing potions and Stingroot.
It's enough. Most people, for what most people need. Yes. No. I should go and see if that's been...
We should go and...
Where did they come from?
Beach. We suspect Thistletop or the region around there.
Yes. That's where the patch is.
If you could not spread that around, though, that would be appreciated.
As a note, again, we'd appreciate it not going very far. It's very possible that the new chieftain of Thistletop had something to do with it.
But we don't want to cause a panic, and we definitely don't want to stir up any tension.
I was on quite good terms with some of the people there. My patch isn't far from the village. And they have a lot of interesting plants that they've been cultivating there for significantly longer than humans or indeed elves have lived in this area.
Aye.
So they're very helpful with helping me find what I need when I move to Virizia, but
if you can speak to anyone that you do know from there, that might help us.
Not without actually physically going.
Not without visiting.
And
I wouldn't ask you to take that risk.
Do what you need to do to stay safe. If you find out anything that you think might be helpful, let us know.
I might go and check on some of the other patches, just to double check that they've not raided everything, and that might possibly give you an idea of how much they have.
And if they can do it again, aye.
Yes.
Good thinking.
Want you putting yourself in any danger, but we can't necessarily come with you.
No, that's fine. I will go and check some of the ones that are a little bit further distance, but
you certainly seem a capable outdoor survivalist. Just keep yourself safe.
Teaching grandmother to suck eggs, much dwarf.
Maybe I'm getting old.
Not yet. Don't beat me still. You have no concept of how old Hannah is.
Yep.
0. She looks kind of childlike, but she's an elf, so Right, cool. So you're off to the beach. She would give you directions, but this is a coastal town, so
Is this our beach fan service episode?
for the next 9 minutes, you might have a beach fan service episode.
I'm actually.
Did anyone bring their bikinis?
No, I'm wearing bloody chainmail.
When we step outside
It's
the
my
shop,
own blood.
when we step outside the shop, Nell's gonna go. Now, Huron, don't get too annoyed. But if we're going to confront a ghost or something that we think may be a ghost, we should probably bring a cleric.
Your annoyance with Juniper amuses me to no end.
When does this
cleric
ghost appear?
of-
Did we ask anyone?
Say again?
Sorry.
When did this ghost appear? Does it appear?
Yeah,
during the
last
day?
night they
She-
said.
She said the previous evening.
Time is it now?
It's like afternoon?
It's approximately midday.
Cleric
Okay, well,
of
Went out. No,
Pharasma.
it's a little bit later than that. It's like it's lunchtime-ish. We'll go with that.
A cleric of Pharasma would be a wise choice.
And that's what Juniper is.
We can see Juniper again?
I've already gone towards the cathedral.
You're not far from
If
the
she
cathedral. This isn't a
cannot-
very big town.
Admonish me for saving people for 5 minutes. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, Mox, I forgot to ask. The stable master is still alive, right?
Yes?
Okay, that's fine.
Just double checking. No murders have happened. And
Just wanted to make sure.
I made sure that, I happened to come across him, you see, when I was at stables, and so I made sure to apologise for my very undeputy-like behaviour.
That's very mature of you.
A good idea.
All right. So you're heading to the cathedral.
Nell looks so fucking suspicious.
Mox is not lying.
You're not.
did
No, you're
apologise.
not. You're not
It was
lying.
not a sincere apology,
No.
but they did apologise.
So you head to the cathedral. There are still some people in various beds and things who are here.
Does everyone that's still sort of resting, do they look well tended?
Yes, they do. I should point out that the goblinoids who were with you, they went into the bar with a Mako.
Yeah.
And they were chatting with a Mako as they went in.
I would have introduced them if there was any kind of awkwardness.
There was a kind of, who are these people? And you introduced them, and she was like, you helped get the boar, and everyone was very excited about it.
It was part of our little performance.
Yes, it's very good. All right, so you can get to the cathedral easily enough. One of the priests or priesty person in robes comes over to see if you're okay and if they can help you and if you're looking for somebody.
We're looking
They
for
phrase it in
Juniper.
an open-ended way. Oh, right. I'll go and find Sister Juniper.
Thank you.
Toddles off. After a few minutes, Juniper appears and just goes, "Hi, what's up?
We're gonna fight a ghost.
Awesome, I'm in.
Awesome.
That was easy.
Lovely.
Where's the ghost?
Possibly on the beach.
What, Junk Beach?
Yes.
Where's there a ghost? Wait. Oh, right, okay, cool. Explain
We'll
as
explain on
we
the
go.
way. We'll explain on the way.
She kind of grabs a bag and slings it on. She's like, let's go fight a ghost.
So the
Never fought a
rundown.
ghost before.
Ghost may have been slightly overstating it. We're not entirely sure what it is. But the townspeople reported hearing screaming and moaning coming from Junk Beach, and they think that it's a ghost. So we thought it would be smart to bring a cleric just in case.
Especially as it started happening last night, and there was all the other weird things happening last night.
Technically not a cleric.
What?
I believe generally what I am is referred to as an oracle.
Oh. Oh, okay. So you're an oracle, but you're also a priest.
It's
Yeah.
just the same thing, but there's no as much choice involved. And
Not as much choice and not as much schooling. They're kind of not very pleased with the fact that I can claim the sister title, even though I haven't been to priest learning school, whatever it is that they do.
So if you're a sister of Pharasma,
serve with officers like that.
Correct. Sister of Pharasma.
So
me.
did Pharasma sort of choose you, as it were?
Yep.
Ah.
That was a fun day.
I imagine.
Shall we go?
Yes, let's.
I've known a couple of oracles of Torag in my time.
I've met quite a few oracles, actually. Sometimes.
Well, she kind of... well, I mean, she didn't appear. I'm not that special. But, like, one of her people appeared.
Juniper, if Pharasma herself had appeared in front of you, I don't think you would have a face anymore.
Either that or you'd be considerably more holy.
That is true. That is true. That is very true.
Because when gods actually turn up, folk tend to ascend.
Juniper appears to be taking your question very seriously, Monks. And being like, yeah, no, like, sometimes they appear to you, and they tell you that you're their oracle now, and you get magic.
It can happen to anyone.
Anyone, anytime.
Isn't that really scary?
It can be.
I remember.
I mean, the idea. The idea.
Well, I mean, generally they'll only pick you if you've done lots of stuff that they like and done it generally in their service.
I think one of them got picked out of spite.
Yeah, well, that would be Torag. Pharasma's less spiteful, more finding useful people.
Oracles were quite common among some friends of mine back in Magnamar.
A lot of small religious groups in Magnamar.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, it can be a bit frightening, but you know,
It certainly was for him.
I was okay with it, to be honest. I mean, you end up with some funny side effects, but that's.
I think I would be.
Depends who chose you, surely. I mean, what god do you follow?
I don't.
What?
I don't. I don't have a patron.
Oh no, I mean, a lot of people don't have patrons, but you follow somebody, right? Or like a group? Or
Not really.
where in the gods' names are you from? Did you grow up under a rock? No offense.
No, under a rock.
It was actually aimed at Huron, but
Mox is still working out some things about stuff.
Right. Okay, so when you got a bit of free time, you and me need to talk gods.
I was from a very isolated community.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Right, let's go and deal with this beach then.
Aye, ghost.
And considering it is 10:50.
Before we end, Nell will probably sidle up to Mox and say quietly, if you want a slightly less intense chat about gods, I'm quite religious, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to call this one to a halt because it's 1:02, which I was alerted by the church that is not far from my house, which is a minute ahead. And it thinks it's 10 o'clock. So it's got bells and everything.
Wrong!
Why is it ringing bells at 10 at night?
It rings all night, can
Because it's a
confirm.
fucking church.
Oh.
Can confirm. It informed me that I was awake at 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That is cursed. Why would you? Oh.
Wake up!
Try living in Commercial
it's 3
Street.
o'clock. Thanks.
So
For fuck's sake.
I hope everyone has had a good time. Our lovely crew made it all the way through a boar hunt with nary a scratch except Huron.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Bethan, but the bells in the middle of the night thing, Jesus did not die for this.
No, it's because they're in the middle of the night, so that you wake up and go, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, yes?
It's a prayer.
It's a prayer. Saying oh god is a prayer, right? I'm a filthy heathen, I wouldn't know. So we've made it to the end of the week. We got through the no, definitely not showing off your paraphernalia as you lean backwards.
It's not quite showing up on stream. Hold it up.
Ah.
No, I would stretch it.
Yeah, no, that'll show.
I was trying to put it on just briefly. Because that's not
Can't even see
exactly
mine.
subtle.
But yeah, so They made it through the boar hunt. They came out the other side. They have a boar. They have a lot of rumors about nasty people in town, nasty person
fucking
in
rumors.
town, and they know that there is something weird happening on the beach. They've met the lovely Hannah. Nell has organized a sexual health checkup with Hannah, which is a thing not to be stigmatized and should be done regularly.
Do it regularly, people.
Huron has found someone who he can at least vaguely relate to in terms of being hundreds of years older than everyone else.
We found an elf, and the elf is like, my sweet summer child.
Even though Mox doesn't quite know what diseases Hannah will be looking for, along with the pregnancy, not made that connection. But, you know, if Mox did know, they would appreciate it because safety first.
It's fine. As Nell is wont to do, she'll probably say something incredibly blunt and callous and just shock Mox.
And you have all also learned a very important piece of information, which is what species of lizard thing Mox has been carrying around. It's
the most important information.
And yes, I do mean pest drake and not pest dragon. Just want to make that clear. Yes.
Important distinction.
So
even a wormling dragon is like CR2, so could kill us all.
My voice is very sore from being Aldern for so long.
Good God.
Our links are all down below through various link trees.
Yes, please do follow us on various things, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Come
Follow
join
us here, most especially, so that we can reach affiliate. We need 50 people. We're at 19 right now.
I didn't double check the thing. There's possibly an announcement that might have to wait till next week because I didn't check it like a fool.
So last week was the announcement that we're going to make an announcement.
Of the announcement, yeah. This is the end of my announcement of the announcement.
Oh, God!
Oh, I love it.
This is an announcement of the upcoming announcement.
Again, don't try and get in touch with Rory. If you do want to get in touch with Rory, either there's a complicated ritual or the slightly less complicated ritual of getting one of us to do it. So if you really need him for various reasons, we can summon him. It's fine. Hopefully,
we will make the requisite blood sacrifices.
All of the things will be up on YouTube at some point. They're probably most of them still in our archive at the moment because I know it doesn't keep all of them, but we're only up to episode 4, so it should still have all of them.
Oh, excuse me.
And I don't really have anything else to pitch today. So
I think we're good. Thank you for watching.
Good. Thank you so much for watching.
Whenever you're watching,
in the future, or right now, who knows?
God goblins are equally welcome.
Okay.
Also, YouTube people.
Niche reference.
That was a very niche reference that I didn't get. So on that weird reference,
back to the pile.
We will see you all next week. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.